Happy Saturday, everybody, and welcome back to the Fantasy Endgame. We're here to help you win in week 4. We have one game under our belts, plenty more to come. It's going to be a full slate this week again. Thankfully, no bye weeks yet. We're going to get there, I think, next week, right? And it's coming, right? The bye weeks are almost here.
Yes, sad time of the year.
Very sad. Not so sad. Makes it tougher, but
Yes.
you know what? For one more week, one more glorious week, every team will be in action. So you're going to have a lot of tough decisions. We're going to help you make those. Of course, we're here to answer your questions and figure out what's what. And that starts with injuries. Always starts with injuries. So let's go over right now what we know, the injury report on Saturday. There still are some key players that are missing. And I think we got some good news too, though. There's a lot of players who weren't sure about that. Seem like they are in. So let's begin with the outs. And we knew this already early yesterday. Jaden Daniels, again, is out. And Terry McLaurin, no surprise, he's out too. So Washington without the quarterback and number one receiver. Now, Marcus Mariota wasn't bad last week, going against a defense that wasn't good last week. You know, Mariota is a possibility. He's not your best choice. Now, maybe he is. If you're trying to replace Jaden Daniels, I mean, is he your best choice? You just go with Mariota, or are you still looking on the waiver wire for a streamer?
I think I actually like Geno Fields a little better than Marcus Mariota this week, but Mariota's not bad. We know he runs a little bit. I mean, I'd feel a lot better about Mariota if Terry McLaurin was playing, but he's still got whatever Debo's got left. He's still got Zach Ertz. Maybe Luke McCaffrey. We'll see.
I did see on our draft lane leagues, I saw a couple people stashing Luke McCaffrey. Not a bad idea. Yep. Yeah, but that's the one thing. Is last week he did have McLaurin for most of the game. It's not going to have him at all this week. So keep that in mind. I saw somebody post on, I just need to just not ever check social media again, right? Someone was like, it's the revenge game because he was with Atlanta, I remember, for like a year or two. I was like, I think that's probably more revenge for Atlanta than for him.
Yes.
All right. You already know CeeDee Lamb is out. Still don't know exactly how long, but definitely no CeeDee. Definitely no Mike Evans. Also going to be a multi-week injury. So definitely going to need help replacing those receivers. Tyrone Tracy looks like he's not playing, so it's all Cam. The good news, Scadaboo gets the backfield to himself. The bad news is he's still on the Giants, last I checked. And it's not a great matchup against the Chargers. So, you know, some people were just like, you got to start him, right? You know, I don't think you have to start him.
No, I don't think you have to start him, but I still have him as solid. I mean, anybody that's going to get any running back that's going to get that many touches, we know he's still going to catch some passes. And I don't want to say Scadaboo is matchup proof because that's a little ridiculous, right? But he's not like a Tyrone Tracy or I don't know, another back to compare him to, but like he's not a back who, you know, relies on those explosive plays, those big plays. He's a back that grinds out yards. So even against a tough defense, this is a guy that can be getting 3, 4, 5+ yards every time he touches the ball. So sure, he may not have that massive ceiling of like those explosive running backs, but I think he gives you an extremely high floor this week because again, he's going to get so much volume, and he's not a guy. He's not going to lose. I mean, every running back will lose yards sometimes, but he's not one of these guys that's going to, you know, get tackled for a loss on half his carries.
So he's not DeAndre Swift, is what you're saying. He's not.
Exactly.
All right. I did some DeAndre Swift research this week, so I had that on the brain. Yeah, I know what you're saying. He shouldn't. Not going to hurt your team. Has potential to score. Which, by the way, also out. Not due to injury, but Russell Wilson, no longer the starting quarterback for the Giants. It's going to be the debut of Jackson Dart. He is in. So let's see. I mean, it's ride or die. This time, I mean, Dayball's like, I know if I don't do something here, I'm toast. And maybe he's toast anyways, but like, I get it, right? Go down fighting at least. And then also out, you know, the Panthers, after that big win last week, everybody on the injury report. But, okay, so Xavier Legette is out, and JT Sanders, tight end, also out with an ankle injury. And then Ted McMillan and Chuba Hubbard are both questionable, but they did just say they are expected to play. And this seems like that was more like load management, and also especially because of those other injuries. Now, we do talk a lot about Christian Gonzalez, corner at New England. He is in, like, he's a defense player, but he's going to play. So, like, how do you view Ted? I assume he did have some sort of maybe nagging injury, but what do we think about Ted, who did not boom last week?
Did not boom. I've dropped him down with Christian Gonzalez being announced playing. I've dropped him down to a strong flex. Maybe he could even be considered like risky solid because we know he'll still get the volume. But I mean, Christian Gonzalez is a stud, and you got to think this could be a shadow situation, right? Where Gonzalez is shadowing McMillan because McMillan doesn't really move into the slot much. Is there any reason to even put Christian Gonzalez on any other Panther pass catcher? I think not. So I've moved Ted down to, I've got him down to a strong flex this week.
Yeah, we get a lot of McMillan questions so far. Risky, not a must sit, but yeah, definitely don't feel as good about him as last week. And last week he didn't really smash anyways. One more week at least for Jalen Coker to come back. One more. I already mentioned DeAndre Swift, so he's questionable. Also sounds like he's probably going to play. Colston Loveland for the Bears, also questionable. I don't think it matters if he plays. Let's get to the team that's going to occupy at least half of this list every single week because it's the 49ers. What's the latest on Ricky Pearsall and Juwan Jennings and Brock Purdy?
Well, Brock Purdy's in. They've already said he's playing, so that's great. Jennings and Pearsall both. Well, Pearsall practiced Thursday and Friday, I think, limited. Jennings returned to practice yesterday. Remember the last time Juwan Jennings didn't practice all week, returned to practice Friday, and then played? He had 10 targets, 5 catches, a touchdown. This is a great matchup for both 49ers wide receivers. But I actually I mean, look, I'm not out on Ricky Pearsall. I still think Ricky Pearsall is a great start, but the Jaguars are allowing the third most fantasy points to outside wide receivers, I think it is. So this is a great spot for Jennings and Pearsall this week. I think I feel confident about both these guys, especially with Purdy playing.
Yeah, they've kind of become sneaky high upside flex plays. Sneaky because you don't know if they're ever healthy or not. And same with Purdy. And, they're not getting a lot of hype. Pearsall's had 2 big games, sure. But now you're like, well, Jennings is back. And it's a great spot. So, yeah, I'm still high on Pearsall. I've been high on Pearsall. And I think you got to like Jennings, too, if you got him. Bill, questionable, but it sounds like he's going to play. Of course, talking about Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. De'Ami Brown is questionable in Jacksonville. And then Isaiah Likely, still waiting for him to make a comeback. It sounds like it might happen this week, but still listed as questionable. So what do you do with Mark Andrews finally coming off a big game if Likely does play?
I don't know if Likely playing affects how I feel about Mark Andrews. He's coming back from a pretty serious injury here. Don't think like he's going to be super heavily involved in the game plan, although with the Ravens, you never know. You never know. I know it's easy to see what Mark Andrews did last week and just be like, man, you have to start Mark Andrews, but let's not forget what he did the first 2 weeks, which was absolutely nothing. So I still think Mark Andrews has to be started in most lineups. I mean, if you got better options, of course, no. But like, am I going to start Brenton Strange over Mark Andrews? No. Am I going to start Johnny Smith over Mark Andrews? No. Am I going to, you know what I mean? So yeah, if you've got like Tucker Kraft, Jake Ferguson, yeah, okay, you're starting them over Mark Andrews. But I think for the most part, he's still a start in most leagues.
Right. It's always relative, depending on what your other options are. But anyway, so Likely. Also, you mentioned Johnny Smith. He and teammate Jalen Warren had been on the injury report, but they are both expected to play. So Jalen Warren was questionable, but now they're saying he is playing, in case you wanted to fire him up. Let's see. Xavier Worthy is going to come back. He is in finally. So should feel pretty good about him. I think Devontae Adams, no concerns here. Apparently he's good to go. Justin Fields is in. He was cleared a couple days ago. So massive upside. Also some risk. Got to acknowledge it. Also, we're going to see the season debut, Jordan Addison. That suspension is over. So he's going to be in that game in Ireland, I think it is. And then Chris Godwin is in. But obvious question, how in is he? Is he going to be on a snap count? I think I saw something about that. But
I mean, you got to think he's going to have to be on a snap count. This guy, again, he got injured week 7, week 8 last year, week 9, whatever it was. And he hasn't done anything since, right? He hasn't done any, rehab type of stuff, but he hasn't done any actual. And even this week, he practiced Wednesday and Friday and still took Thursday off. They gave him a rest day on Thursday. There's no way he can play, 50% of the snaps feels like it would be a good amount for him this week. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling good about Godwin. I mean, he could. They need him. He could score. But feels very risky this week.
Right. Definitely risky. Can't assume he'll be, even if he's out there, which he won't be. Even if he were out there for 100% of the snaps, is he going to be 100% effective, right? In terms of ability, athleticism, right? Is he up to 100%? There's no way he is. So doesn't mean you can't start him, but, hopefully you do have a better option. And then last and least, let's just say and least, we're going to see the season debut also of a man that you rightfully forgot about. It's Darren Waller. He actually is going to play. He decided, you know what, let's try it out. Let's just see what this football thing is like again. He's going to be out there. Is this the answer the Dolphins have been waiting for?
I don't think so. We shall see. I mean, I don't think I'm going to say yes to Darren Waller one time this week. Although, with the way they dink and dunk, it wouldn't surprise me if this guy had it would even surprise you if this guy led the team in catches this week.
Keep saying nothing surprises me anymore at all, ever. So I'm ready for it. Maybe it's just his on-field presence, his leadership. That's what it's going to take, right? We're going to get our first win.
Maybe.
We'll see. Maybe. But anyways, Darren Waller is playing along with those other guys. So if anything else changes, we'll let you know. And of course, tomorrow morning, we will be here also 3 hours before kickoff to help you with your last-minute start-sit decisions and to complain about the NFL playing games in Europe when we're not quite awake yet. But it's just going to happen. Now they're expanding too.
I was looking at the schedule. I think it's the next 3 or 4 weeks in a row, and then they do it again later. And there's 8 weeks this year where they do this. I'm like, come on, NFL! You don't need money this bad. Geez. I guess they do. NFL must be hurting for money or something.
Oh yeah, there's never enough. I think is the problem. Never enough. Okay. Well, anyways, there's at least a full slate of action. We'll be here to help you figure out what to do with your fantasy lineups. We're going to get to your questions. Let's start with an easy one. Here's what you should do on Underdog. If you try it for the first time, take the gimme pick. It's Caleb Williams just getting a yard, right? 0.0 yards. You get this. If you're a new customer, if you haven't tried Underdog yet, you sign up, you use code ENDGAME, you get the gimme pick. You also get a special pick and up to $1,000 of bonus cash on your first deposit. And you may have heard this before. You're like, oh, okay, that's all great. Free money, whatever. And, it's been if you play $5, you get $50. No, now it's $100. Again, you sign up, you use code ENDGAME, and you get the free pick, right? And then you put $5 towards, let's say, that free pick plus any other pick. And we do tell you some picks we like. And now you get $100 extra of bonus funds in your account. It's a lot of extra money along with the free pick with a good chance to win. And even if you're not new, they still give you the free picks. Once you use your free pick, you get other free picks. I took one, was it last night? I was doing some picks. I think it was Dak Prescott getting a yard, took that pick. It doesn't stop. So sign up now, get all the free money, the free picks. Try it, but use code ENDGAME when you check out. All right. Also, speaking of free, there's a free app that you should download. Stop me if you've heard this before. It is called Draft Lane. And if you sign up for the very first time, you're a new user on Draft Lane. You go right here to the settings, use code ENDGAME, you get 10 free credits to use towards your questions because we use Draft Lane to answer your questions just like we do in the live streams. So I'll show you what that looks like right here. So again, the app is Draft Lane. It's a free download. And then you use code ENDGAME here, you get 10 free credits. We've had some people asking questions all morning. We'll have some more later. Let's do one of these questions. We'll show you what it looks like here. You can just do this, ask a question. All right. So this user, full PPR, must be a shallow league, wants to flex either Rome Odunze or Amari Hampton.
I think you got to go Odunze in full PPR. He's been so good. I mean, we like Hampton. We certainly think Hampton should have a big game this week. But at the same time, like, we've seen Hampton not necessarily, come through this year. So Odunze's been so good. And what they get the Raiders this week, I think you got to go Odunze, right?
Yes, definitely. All right, so you can do that, but guess what? If you are in a Yahoo or a sleeper league, you ask a question like this, a start-sit question. This user said, please let me know what you think best lineup is. Well, if you ask that on the chat, we wouldn't know what to tell you. But for this, we can click on roster, and guess what? We can see your roster because it syncs with Yahoo and Sleeper. So we got Caleb, the free underdog pick there, Nico Olave, your boy, Bijan, Benson, Bowers, Pollard at the flex, JMO, Shepard.
Yeah, I probably just, I mean, it's between Pollard and Jameson, right? Like, that's the only choice here that I think makes any sense. I have Pollard ahead of Jameson this week. I mean, it's not like a massive difference here. It's not like I feel significantly better about Tony Pollard, but he gets the touch. I know Tony Pollard is going to get the touches. Yeah. Jameson Williams, man, talked about it. His target share is down to 12% this year. Like, what happened to all the offseason talk about this guy, having this great season? Like, what happened? Like, what is up, John Morton, offensive coordinator? Why are we getting this guy the ball? I think I'm fine with Pollard here.
Yeah, and same thing, that same offense, Io Manor. He's been getting targeted, but I don't feel like he's a better start than Pollard in this matchup. So,
no,
Olave,
he's touchdown or bust.
Olave should get plenty of targets. All right, so we're good.
Olave's fine at wide receiver.
Okay. Lineup looks good. So this is where we put our personalized feedback. Lineup looks good as is. Pollard, highest floor among flexes, and don't feel like a big JMO game is coming. It's the Browns, right?
Now that you just put that in the universe, a big JMO game is coming.
I didn't say it's guaranteed. I just said don't feel it. Don't feel it. It might feel differently halfway through the game. All right.
Because that's the thing about Jameson Williams, right? It's like he could be doing nothing, and then all of a sudden he gets like a screen pass and he goes 40 yards for a touchdown or something. And it's like, oh, whoops, should have started him. Kind of like Marvin. That's how I feel about Marvin Harrison on Thursday night. Like, if you were watching that game and you had Marvin Harrison in your lineup, you were like, what have I done? And then literally at the end of the game, it's like, oh, I'm so glad I started Marvin Harrison. It's like, oh my gosh.
You're exactly right. This is where if you were not watching the game, you just saw the box score, be like, hey, Harrison had a good game. And you have no idea that he caused 2 interceptions single-handedly before that. And he's why they were losing the game. But anyways.
Yeah, he was terrible. And then finally he caught that touchdown. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. I'm like on the fence about if I'm putting Harrison on the panic video or not, because it's like, on the one hand, it's like the guy scored like 18 points. But on the other hand, it's like, did you watch those 18 points? They were like, if you had Marvin Harrison, if you were watching that game and you had Marvin Harrison, I guarantee you were upset that you started Marvin Harrison for 58 minutes.
Yes.
Or I should say like 2 hours and 58 minutes. And then you were like, thank goodness. Well, you were like, you probably weren't even happy. You were just like, thank goodness.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know if you feel better if you're a Harrison owner. I'll just say this.
Yeah.
The Dynasty channel, anybody who hasn't watched the Dynasty channel yet, we have Dynasty Endgame now. And so in the latest video, we talked about Marvin Harrison as a guy not to buy low on. And we filmed that before the Thursday night game. I still stand behind that. Like, this did not make me feel better in any way about Marvin Harrison. It definitely didn't make me feel better about the Cardinals offense. I know that. So I fully stand behind that, because that one touchdown catch does not make me feel better. All right. Let's get to your questions, guys. We know we have a lot waiting here. The very first one, and we'll do them, by the way, in order. We also have the super chat feature there. You know how that works. If you super chat, that's the one way to guarantee your question gets put up. And we'll do some others. We also have our members. People get that membership on YouTube, like Derek. Derek also was nice and early. This was 4:46 a.m. What are you doing awake, Derek? Unless you're like on the European seaboard or something. Hampton, Monty, Hubbard, Jennings, McConkey, QJ. Wants to just go all Chargers. I don't know. Needs one running back, one receiver, and one flex.
Well, I certainly think Hampton has to be your running back.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Jennings QJ here. I'm probably higher on Jennings than most people this week, I'm guessing. But I mean, it's the Jaguars. They're terrible against outside wide receivers. He's got Brock Purdy back. I think he has that upside. I mean, I'm certainly okay going Ladd and QJ as well. But I have Jennings higher this week. So if it's me, I'm going Hampton, Jennings, QJ. Totally fine if you want to go all three Chargers here, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea. You might think, well, you're kind of limiting your upside. I mean, how many points are the Chargers really going to score? I know it's the Giants. The Giants' problem is their offense, not their defense. But I would do that. I would try Jennings out too. I still like Pearsall a lot. Jennings is right there with him. We talked about this. It's a great matchup. Daniel Merkins traded Bowers for Ferguson and Rice. Is that a win?
I think you won this deal, honestly. Look, I don't think Jake Ferguson's going to be this good all year. Like having no CeeDee Lamb certainly helps. But Ferguson's fine, right? You can just plug Ferguson in your lineup every week and not have to think about it. Rice is going to be back, but we're already at week 4. He's going to 2 more games without Rice, and then he's back. So I think this will be a win.
Yeah, exactly. You got enough here. You got at least maybe a high-end wide receiver 2 and a solid tight end. That's good. All right, Mind Muscle 5,000 says it's been brutal already. London Odunze Pickens, Mason Gentry Scatterboo. He says which 4, 1 flex, 1 sit.
How are you playing? So I'm assuming. I mean, there's nobody went off on Thursday. I mean, even if your opponent had Marvin Harrison Jr., you're not like he went off. And if he had Benson, Charbonnet, Walker, they all kind of scored the same amount of points, right? They all kind of scored like 12 points or something like that. So
it was predictably a low scoring game.
Yeah, so you're fine here. You're fine here. Wherever, yeah. Anyways, we need which 4 would you start? 1 flex and 1 sit?
I think it's 2 of the receivers, 2 running backs, and 1 flex because he says 1 sit.
All right. Well, you got to go London Odunze at wide receiver. I'm going Mason Gentry at running back. Picking Scatterboo. That's the tough one here. It's like I have Scatterboo higher. I just do. I think he's got a way higher floor than Pickens. I know Pickens should get the targets, but it's a Packers defense. Didn't really help that CD was out for most of the game last week against the Bears. I mean, Pickens was fine last week. He wasn't bad or anything, but he certainly didn't go off like he should have. Yeah, I think I'm benching Pickens here, but it's close. It's close between him and Scatterboo. I just think Scatterboo gives me a much higher floor.
I think based on exactly what you had said earlier about Scatterboo and what we just know about Pickens, this is a pretty classic floor ceiling debate, right? Like we know Scatterboo gets us to the floor. He's not going to necessarily have a huge game. It's just not that type of player. And Pickens is pretty all or nothing. Right? Either makes a long touchdown or he doesn't. Look, I don't know who you had on Thursday night that you're playing from behind. Whoever it is, you should feel pretty good because nobody had a big game. So I think you're fine. Don't do the desperation thing. I think just go Scatterboo here. All right, let's get to our first super chat. It's Brandon Michael. Thank you. Team is Josh Allen, Bijan, Kyron Hampton, Mason, and Judkins. That's nice. JSN, Igbuka, Harrison, Sutton, McMillan. It's also pretty good. Ward and Pitts. Feels like you should trade one of those running backs.
I mean, you do have a lot of running backs, but you also have a lot of wide receivers. I mean, but this might not be a bad time to like package a Mason and an Igbuka. 2 guys that have a lot of steam right now. And again, I feel like these guys are being a little overvalued for their long-term potential. Like people aren't really factoring in the fact that, hey, Chris Godwin's returning this week. Mike Evans probably going to be back in 2 or 3 weeks. Aaron Jones not out for the season. You know what I mean? Like, look, I was probably higher on Jordan Mason than everybody except Jay Tatum, who had him as the overall RB1.
That's right.
But he was definitely higher. But you know what? But even still, like, it's like, okay, now I understand. Now I feel like people are way too high on Jordan Mason long term. I think Jordan Mason is going to be great this week, but like long term, like Aaron Jones is coming back at some point. He's you know what I mean? Aaron Jones isn't going to come back and watch Jordan Mason get all the carries. So, I mean, if you could package like Ibuka and Jordan Mason, and I mean, maybe you can go get like a CeeDee Lamb right now. Maybe you can get a Garrett Wilson. Look, if Jefferson doesn't have a huge game while we're all asleep tomorrow, maybe you can go get a Jefferson after this week. So I think those are the guys I'd be trying to package. Try to go get another stud wide receiver.
Yep. All good ideas. And we talked about Ibuka. It's a good time to sell high as long as it's high. The only thing I'll add on this is make sure you only trade one of your running backs, right? If someone's like, well, I'll do 2 for 1 and give me 2 of your running backs for whatever receiver. Because then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm getting CeeDee Lamb. I mean, that sounds great, but all of a sudden you're one injury away from having 0 depth at running back. And then there's a bye week and you're like, what have I done? I have to pick up somebody like Dylan Sampson off the waiver wire and start him in week 6. So just make sure you don't give away all of your depth. Juice needs one. Addison, Scadaboo, Devonta Smith, Godwin.
I've got Scadaboo the highest. Got Scadaboo the highest.
Yep. I'm good with that. And then Derek actually has another one. Derek Gonzalez, Geno or Drake May. I think you like them both.
Yeah, but I got to go Drake May here. I mean, I do like Geno Smith, but Drake May feels safer. As weird as that sounds, but he does feel safer.
Definitely. Still got trust issues with Geno and that Raiders offense. A lot of his production was basically come from behind mode, garbage time. May at home isn't a good spot. The Juice now, Fields or Purdy?
This is, I mean, look, this is, I mean, if it's me, I'm probably going Fields because I want that potential massive game, but I also understand the risk that like Purdy could give me 18, 19 points and Fields could give me 8. And then I'm like, what have I done?
Yeah.
But I mean, look, this is always what's tough for me when we do like these streams or answer questions. Like, I've been playing fantasy football for a long time. I'm in a ton of leagues. I'm in more leagues than I can even handle. If I put Fields in and he bombs and I lose, I'm just going to be legit. This is my attitude. Oh, well, on to next week. You know what I mean? That's literally my attitude. But I understand. I also think back to when I was first playing fantasy and I was only in like 1 league or 2 leagues and every start-sit decision was like the most important decision of my life. You know, like if I got the like if I so I always, it's like hard to juggle that, right? It's hard to juggle that. So I totally understand if you're like, nah, just put Purdy. Like Purdy should not kill you this week. You should not like be like, man, why did I start Purdy this week? Yeah, Purdy may not go off, but Purdy probably won't be the reason you lose this week. But if you're like me and you're like, screw, I don't care. I'm putting Fields in. I want the potential for that huge game. Then go with Fields. Just understand the risk.
Yeah, well, we always preach upside. Fields has the upside. And Juice, we know also, like us, is in way too many leagues, so it's probably no big deal to him either. In Lucero, Downs, Kirk, or Ridley? And then a separate league, Coleman or Ridley?
Man. I don't think I can be this low on Ridley, can I? Yeah, I think you got to go. If you don't want Ridley in both leagues, I'm okay going Kirk in the other league. He got 8 targets last week. He could, it was his first game. If you want to go Kirk in the first league, Ridley in the second, I get it, but man, I don't know if I can be this low on.
I think that's fine. I think that's fine. To Kirk and Ridley, not a big difference here. JCR Melt, what is up? Okay, Kincaid or Juwan?
I think you still got to go Juwan here. I mean, this guy is giving you double-digit points every single game. He's catching so many passes. It's full PPR. I think you got to go Juwan.
Yeah, exactly. Juwan Johnson here. Also trade Achane and Jacoby for Bucky and Kyron.
I don't think so. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I still prefer Achane to Bucky. We'll say Wirf's coming back this week. It'll be interesting to see if Bucky's efficiency ticks up now. I mean, it can't really get any worse, right? But Jacoby, Kyron, like Kyron's not a guy I want to be trading for right now. Like if I have Kyron, I'm not necessarily like trying to trade him away, but I'm also not actively trying to go get Kyron. I think I would just take Achane and Jacoby.
Yeah, I think you only do this if you're really like desperate at running back. It's a 10-teamer. I hope you're not, because you're getting 2 running backs. But I agree. I prefer in a vacuum. I prefer the Achane side. Still, it's close. I mean, it's a fair deal. But Jake the Snake needs a receiver and a flex. Keenan, Sutton, Golden, Scattaboo, Genty.
All right, in full PPR, I think you got to go Sutton. Man, I think you got to go. I think in PPR you got to go Keenan. I have Scattaboo, Genty, and Keenan all solid this week, but it's PPR. Keenan's going to get the targets. He's going to catch passes. Not as risky as those rookie running backs. I'm going to go Sutton, Keenan.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are big on Golden, and we are too, but not putting him over guys who have been smashing for 3 weeks. So too soon for him. Dion, happy Saturday. All right, which 2 receivers in non-PPR? Sutton, Pearsall, London, Keenan.
I think Sutton has to be number 1 here. This guy, we know. Like if you said, hey, only one of these guys is going to score this week, you're probably going to pick Sutton. But I think, man, I mean, it's hard not to start. It's like hard not to start Keenan. He scored like every week. He scored every game so far. Like,
I know that this one is tough because you're looking for touchdown upside. Keenan's got it. He's been scoring. Pearsall's leading all these guys in yardage, but he hasn't gotten a touchdown, right? And so that flips it. If this was PPR, I might go the first 2. I mean, I'm big on London, but he also hasn't scored. So like, how do I really pick him over Keenan?
Yeah, I think you got to go Sutton, Keenan here. I mean, this is the problem with non-PPR. It's like you're just trying to guess who's going to score a touchdown, and especially when it comes to wide receivers, it's very tricky. It's very tough. Like this could certainly be the week Pearsall scores. This could certainly be the week London scores.
This could be the week that Ladd scores and Keenan doesn't.
Right.
That's
exactly
kind of what I think is going to happen. So honestly, I don't feel like Keenan. I feel like Keenan is probably just telling you. Look, in PPR, I feel like Keenan's 4th in this group as far as how they're going to do. I could be wrong, of course, but I would put him last. But he's the guy who's been scoring, and he's probably your best bet in non-PPR. So you could go either way here. Dion also wants to know Knicks or Love.
Oh man, these guys are both in great spots, but you can't ignore the quarterback going against the Cowboys right now, right? I think you got to go Jordan Love.
But Jordan Love, and it's funny now. I've seen people. Everyone's like, it's a trap. Jordan Love doesn't throw the ball a lot. He doesn't. Come on, this is I think Galaxy branding a bit. Like he'll throw the ball enough. Like he doesn't have to throw it 40 times to be successful. Zachary Mudd, who should I start at quarterback, Purdy or Goff?
I actually think I'm going Purdy here. It's a better matchup for Purdy. This is a tough spot for Goff against the Browns. I know it's at home, but I mean, I don't even know if home road Goff even matters anymore. We just saw him light up the Ravens on the road. Like it's just more so I don't love this matchup this week for Goff. I'm just going to go Purdy here. I feel good enough about Purdy.
Well, and especially now we know it sounds like both Pearsall and Jennings are going to play. You feel good enough about Purdy. That was the big thing. Pain Bliss, 2 receivers in the flex. Chase, Debo, Keenan, Pearsall. And then we got Chase Brown in the mix. Can probably ignore him. So 3 of those players.
I think you got to go Chase. Man, I have moved Debo up to solid because no Terry McLaurin. You got to think he's going to get more involved, but I don't think I can put him over. I don't think I could put him over Chase, Keenan, or Ricky Pearsall. So I'm going Chase, Keenan, Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah, same for me. Another league, 2 of these quarterbacks, Mariota, Goff, or Fields. Could you put Mariota over Goff? I don't think so.
No, I can't be that low. I'm not that low on Goff. He's still fine. Goff and Fields.
Yeah, agree. All right, so Legend has an interesting question. If it would come up for me. Let me see. I don't know why it's not doing this. There we go. Sleeper has Hunter, 100% started. Okay. I'm keeping him in my IDP slot. The question is, would you consider doing content specifically on IDP? No.
Probably not. Barely have time to get our content out for regular fantasy football.
We do now have Dynasty content. I don't know if IDP fits its way into there eventually, but that's a whole nother niche thing. Honestly, the problem is not even just time, but it's how many people really play IDP. It's not that much.
Right.
I like IDP, just not enough other people do. Halal Sob wants to know 2 receivers, tight end, and a flex. Lad Tet, he is playing Mooney, Waddle, Tootin, Mason, Stevenson, and then a tight end that's either Hawk or Pitts.
I think we go Hawkinson at tight end. So we need 2 wide receivers and a flex. Well, I'm going to say right now Mason's my flex. So the 2 wide receivers, I don't love Tet this week, but I don't love Mooney or Waddle either. So I'll go Lad and Tet at wide receiver. Mason at the flex, Hawk.
All right, there you go. Senor Rojo. Horton or likely rest of season?
I got to go. Look, Torrey Horton almost had a touchdown in that game again. Sam Darnold looks good. I wonder if the Vikings are wishing they had just held on to Sam Darnold. Although you know what's going to happen. First game of the playoffs, Sam Darnold's going to do nothing and throw 3 interceptions, and the Seahawks are going to be eliminated. But at least he gets you there. I think you got to go Horton rest of the season over Isaiah Likely.
Yeah, interesting because these guys are different positions. I guess you're just looking for a stash. I'll go Horton. Needs 3 at the flex. Keon, Bill, Fannin, Burden, Hunter, Ollie Gordon. Getting deep here.
Well, assuming Bill plays, I think he'll be number 1 for me. Thank goodness. I still got to put Keon Coleman number 2 here. Come on. It's the Bills, Josh Allen. Can I put Harold Fannin in over him? Travis Hunter, who's out there, hardly even out there. Ollie Gordon maybe falls into the end zone. Man, Luther Burden. Luther Burden just feels like Wan'Dale Robinson 2.0, Kayshon Boutte 2.0, Troy Franklin 2.0. You missed it. You should have started him last week. You missed it. The difference is maybe Burden could come on as the year goes on because he is a rookie. I don't know. I'm going to go Bill, Keon Coleman, Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon at least I know will give me something. Burden might get shut out this week. Legitimately. He only had three targets last week. He just happened to catch 2 of them for big touchdowns. That was the Cowboys.
So, Keon, Bill and
Gordon. This is tough. This is tough.
Yeah, the thing, I think that's fine. I think the thing with Hunter, I saw they're saying they're going to simplify his routes or something, make it easier for him to actually play receiver without having to learn the intricacies of the position. Okay, yeah, that makes me think I'm just completely out on him right now. It's he doesn't even know what he's doing out there is what they're saying. So this is, yeah. We had a super chat from Saw Ownby. Would you start Javonte Williams, Trevion Henderson, Ladin McConkey, Cam Scattaboo? Assuming we just pick one.
I mean, assuming we're just picking one, I'm going Scattaboo. I'm seeing a lot of Trevion Henderson hype this week. A lot of must start Trevion Henderson. But Mike Vrabel legitimately came out and said, there's going to be no discipline on Ramondre Stevenson. We need our good players on the field. There's going to be no change to his role. I mean, okay, maybe he doesn't start, but you know what? It wouldn't shock me if Antonio Gibson starts this game and not Trevion Henderson. Look, I like Trevion Henderson, maybe not as much as anybody, but I like him a lot. And I think Trevion Henderson still has a lot of potential this year, but I think people are getting a little overexcited this week because of the fumbles last week. I'm going to go Scattaboo here.
Yeah, wanting something to happen different from expecting it to happen. I want the Henderson takeover too. Vrabel's an old school coach. Danny Takuchi, trade Benson and Walker for James Cook.
I think I just do this. I think, Walker, it's obviously annoying. Zach Charbonnet is going to be involved. Even though Zach Charbonnet has been pretty bad this year overall. And, I saw a lot of people because I did not. Okay, I tweeted this out early in the game. I was like, there are only two people on the planet who think Zach Charbonnet should get as many touches as Kenneth Walker. And unfortunately, it's Clint Kubiak and Mike McDonald. And it blew up. I don't know how this tweet blew up, but it blew up. But people are like, Charbonnet at least always gets a yard, and Kenneth Walker dances around the back. That's why it's this is reception not being real or perception not being reality. Kenneth Walker has had more negative runs. I mean, Zach Charbonnet has had more negative runs than Kenneth Walker this year, despite having less carries. And he doesn't rip off those explosive runs. I can live with a guy losing yards when it's on the next play, he can go for 30, 40 yards. Who cares about a guy losing yards and then getting 3 yards? But it's an annoying split here. And it was really annoying for Trey Benson. If you have Trey Benson at the end of that game, when they were in comeback mode, when they were in the 2-minute drill, when they were in pass happy mode, no Trey Benson at all. It was all Amari DeMarcado. All, you know what I mean? So it's okay, I don't think people are getting league winning Trey Benson this year. And I'm not sure we're getting league winning Kenneth Walker, unfortunately, either. So just give me James Cook. Just give me James Cook here.
Yeah. After watching Thursday night, you should be, maybe not everybody is, but you should be a little alerted to the fact Trey Benson isn't necessarily going to be a league winner. Because even if the carries, if you just look at carries, Benson versus DeMarcado, you're hey, it was all Benson. You have to look at the snaps. Look at how much they were on the field. Anyways, yeah, I'll do this. Dude, Zach Charbonnet is averaging 2.5 yards per carry. How are people defending him as far as well, at least he gets 2.5 yards when he's out there. It's okay, well, that's what you want.
Exactly. It's who's defending them? The people who drafted Zach Charbonnet. That's who's defending.
Right. Yeah,
that's it.
Exactly.
That's it. Only them.
Black Mamba, Olave or Jennings?
I mean, Olave gives you a floor, assuming this is PPR. If it's half or non-PPR, it's Jennings by a mile. If it's full PPR, Olave at least gives you a floor, but I want a little more upside. I think Jennings against the Jags gives me the upside I'm looking for. Give me Jennings.
I agree. Jennings for the upside. All right, it's a half PPR league. Okay. We have a lot of trades here. Okay. Are you ready? Walker and Kamara and Pickens. No, wait. Walker, Kamara for Gibbs and Pickens. Is that what it is?
I'm taking Gibbs and Pickens here easily.
Walker, Kamara for Gibbs and Pickens? Yeah, just do that just for Gibbs.
Exactly.
Goff and Dobbins and Pickens for Jones, Lamb, and Henderson.
Here I think I want the first. Well, I mean, it's close just to get CeeDee Lamb. I mean,
quarterbacks or whatever, right? It's kind of
quarterbacks or whatever. I mean, Dobbins, Henderson, I could, obviously it's the mindset is Henderson will be better later in the season and Dobbins will be worse, but look, if Dobbins stays healthy, what reason do they have to stop giving Dobbins the ball?
Right.
Like you're basically banking on Dobbins getting hurt here, which I get is probably a good bet because he gets hurt every year. But man, maybe just to get CeeDee Lamb and the potential of Henderson, I take that side. But this one's closer.
Yeah, I think again, this is looking short term versus long term, right? Well, Pickens is getting all the targets. CD, if you look beyond a couple of weeks when CD's back, and who knows, Dobbins, Henderson, I do this to get CD. So the first one we'll take the Gibbs side, second one we'll take the CD side, and then once a rating here, okay, so got Daniel Jones. Looks like he already did these trades. So
he either did them or he got offered these trades. If you got offered these trades, don't take them.
Well, that's true. All right. Well, anyways, I see Jones, Gibbs, Judkins, Nico, Keenan, Andrews, Genty, Purdy, Lamb, Henderson, Algier, Ridley, Jamo.
I mean, this is a good team for a 12-teamer. You got Gibbs and Judkins, Nico, Keenan. You got Lamb coming back. I mean, that's going to be pretty stacked at wide receiver there. Genty should get better. You got Genty and Henderson could get better. You got Purdy. I would go Purdy over Daniel Jones this week personally, but this is a good team. It's got to be like a 8.75. I mean, if it wasn't for like Ridley and Jameson, it'd be better.
Right.
But it's still a good team. Still a good team.
Yeah, and hold on, those guys could get better. It's only been 3 games, but yeah, this is a really good team. It's like a 9 almost. And if those are trades that you already pulled off and this is your current lineup, then yeah, well done. I think you improved your team. This team could absolutely make a run for the championship. If you're getting offered those trades, then just say no. Sean Luke, trade Bucky, Fannin, Sharbs for Bowers and Brees. I'm taking.
I wish I felt better about Brees. Man, this is a tough one because I do feel like we've seen the worst of Bucky. I feel like we're going to see, as the offensive line gets healthier, we're going to see a better Bucky. But obviously, Bowers is a massive upgrade over Fannin. If Fannin is your tight end, like if Fannin is your TE1, that's a massive upgrade. I think that's probably what this comes down to for me. Like, if I have a Ferguson, a Kincaid, Hunter Henry, insert other Juwan Johnson, like insert other tight end that I probably picked up off waiver wires that have just been fine this year. I think I don't do this because I don't want to give up Bucky for Brees. But if Fannin legitimately is your tight end 1, or if it's like Fannin and Strange are your tight ends, or Fannin and Chig, or Fannin and Jonnu Smith, guys like that, then maybe I do this to take Bowers.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I'm taking it because I still have some confidence in Brees. I know it wasn't good last week, but still got weekly upside. You get Bowers. It's a good buy low on Bowers. Joker, haha. Do I start Jamar Chase? Do I start Jordan Love or Mayfield?
You definitely start Jordan Love over Mayfield. Do you start Jamar Chase? I mean, for the most part, yes. Like, I'm not benching Jamar Chase unless I have really good options, of course. Like, if you're just stacked.
Yeah, I can't imagine you have multiple receivers you feel better about than Jamar Chase, so probably just start Jamar Chase. Sam Piazza, hey, lost by less than a point. That's where we find fantasy football is pain.
Yeah.
Sutton or Igbuka?
I think you got to go Sutton here. Again, Igbuka, it's going to be very interesting to see how they deploy Igbuka. Igbuka, honestly, hasn't been playing a ton from the slot. Been playing, I mean, he does play a decent amount. I think it's like 35, 38%, something like that. It's going to be interesting to see how much Quinion Mitchell Igbuka has to face this week. So I'm just going to go Sutton against the Bengals. He should have a big game.
Yeah, the matchup is too good. Sutton is the number 1 guy there. Just go Sutton. Scott, thank you for the reminder. I haven't mentioned it yet. We are getting close. We're getting close to 100K. So if you haven't subscribed, and a lot of you watching, if you haven't subscribed yet, this is a good time to do it. Just click the button. And don't forget thumbs up as well. Roger wants to know here, would you trade DK and Tootin for Travion?
I mean, I would trade DK for almost anything right now, but I don't do I want to trade away Tootin for him? I mean, these guys are both kind of in a similar role where it's like, are they ever going to take over the backfield? But I feel like on the one hand, you feel like Travion Henderson should, because it's like Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson, like he should take over those guys. But then on the other hand, I'm like, but if I'm looking at a staff that's more willing to get the rookie involved, it's probably the Liam Cohen staff. Like you said, Mike Vrabel is from that Belichick side. He's old school, right? Like you got to earn your touches, and I mean earn those touches. So I don't know. This is a tough one again, because it's like, which rookie? This really comes down to which rookie running back do we think has the most potential. I think it might actually be Tootin right now, just because I feel like we saw last year with Bucky Irving and Rachaad White, Liam Cohen's a guy who will not, like, if Tootin is playing well, Liam Cohen is going to give him the ball. Find ways to get him the ball to help him. So I might sadly take DK and Tootin right now, but I could regret this. I could regret this long term.
No, I know what you're saying. I feel like it's not a bad time to buy low, although now you figure it should be a buy low for Henderson, but after last week, everyone's like, oh, this is it. Henderson's going to break out. Like, maybe wait until tomorrow. If Henderson doesn't do anything again, then you get him cheaper. I don't know. I don't know if maybe this could happen if you do DK and Tootin. I still think it's fair if you could get like Judkins for DK and Tootin. Probably prefer that, right?
Yes, somebody like that for sure.
Yeah, I think I'm waiting. Cali Kid needs a QB off waivers, but choices are pretty good. Purdy, Fields, Jones, Williams, and Nix.
Well, again, actually, you know what? I think I just go Caleb Williams here over all of them. He's playing great. He's running. I mean, Nix is not a bad option either. Like, a lot of good choices here, honestly. But Caleb is playing so well. Gets the Raiders. I just got to go Caleb. Oh, man, it wouldn't shock me if, like, Fields or Nix outscore him. I mean, they're both in great spots.
Yeah, I mean, Fields, that upside against the Dolphins. But Williams has plenty of upside, too. So, yeah, you really don't have a bad option here, honestly. I think, someone said Jones. I think I would put Jones last out of this group based on this matchup. Everyone's sky high on him. Pump the brakes a little bit. But Edgar Vincent, Goff or Purdy?
Purdy.
Kraft or Henry?
I know Henry's coming off the big game here, but I think you got to go Tucker Kraft this week against the Cowboys.
Yeah, exactly. Go Kraft here. Again, both good choices, though. Let's do this. Bronx Boy. Because I've seen some lineups when we did the draft lane questions. Some people have Trey Tucker in the flex. So, you got to start Trey Tucker. He's saying Tucker or Myers.
Oh, I mean, okay. Well, I will say this for Jacoby Myers. Kyle Gordon, he did practice limited yesterday. He's questionable. He kind of tweeted out that he's going to play. We'll see. I don't know how much he's going to play if he plays. I mean, he's had one limited practice this year, so I think I still got to go Jacoby Myers. I mean, this kind of feels like, a couple weeks ago when Cortland Sutton hardly got any targets and Troy Franklin broke out and everybody's like, maybe Troy Franklin's the wide receiver one here. And then last week it was all Cortland Sutton. Like, Jacoby's still the wide receiver one here.
Yes, Tucker has proven he's going to be involved. He's not the number one receiver. No. Here he is. Fantasy football is pain. And so, speaking of, we're choosing between Dobbs or Io Manor.
I think we got to go Dobbs against the Cowboys.
Yep. And then got Chase Brown, Bill, Harvey, or Woody. Slightly painful there.
Yeah, I don't. I might have said Bill earlier in the week, but now with this knee and kind of banged up, like maybe he's just very limited again this week as far as touches go. I think I'm just going to go Chase Brown here. Hope for the best.
Harvey just not getting touches. Not even going to get enough touches. He's just not getting touches. He had like 2 last week. Woody Marks too soon. Yeah, just go Chase Brown. All right, Zachary Mudd now in a different league. This is a 10-man. Got 2 flex. Worthy is in. Okay, so now Waddle, Bill, Higgins, Henderson, or Chubb.
Well, I know I'm low on the Dolphins and everything, but I don't think can I put Waddle? Man. I think I still go Waddle here. I mean, I don't feel great about any of these guys this week, honestly, but it's PPR. It could score. I can go Waddle, I guess.
I will also reluctantly go Waddle. Higgins not reliable. Rusty with JD out, going Baker or Goff?
I think I still go Baker here. I'm not big on either of these guys this week. Actually, I don't know. With Evans, go.
Evans
actually,
out.
I might go Goff. Goff at least has offensive weapons. This is tough. I don't like either of them that much this week, to be honest with you, Rusty. But you got to pick one. I think I'll just go Goff this week.
It's tough because we know Browns are legit, but it's more the run defense, right? And that's what the Lions want to do. They want to run. My struggle here is how much are they actually going to have to pass, right? Are they going to have to pass? Because the Browns also don't score a lot of points. It just might be a low-scoring game, right? We saw Joe Burrow, again, struggle against the Browns. I just don't know what the upside is here. But Baker gets the Eagles. Like, you know what? If you're saying streamer, like these guys are just available, maybe there is a Justin Fields or Brock Purdy or one of those guys available, right? It's got to be somebody. Caleb Williams. See if those guys are out there. Omari. Well, here we go. Justin Fields or Pat Mahomes? I'm just saying it's Fields. Forget Mahomes.
I don't think I'm quite as low on Mahomes as you are. I mean, Worthy being back should help, but I still go Fields here.
Yeah. I'm done with Mahomes. Selena Ortega needs advice on 2 leagues. All right, so the first 2 total leagues. One needs 2 receivers and running backs and flex from Monty, Kyron, Judkins, Jalen Warren, Sutton, London, Debo, Pittman, or even Goddard. Probably not, though.
Yeah, not Goddard. I do actually like Pittman this week, but I think I still got to go Sutton, London. 1 running back here. I think I still have to have Kyron over Judkins. That one is close. That one is close for me. I don't know. I got Judkins ahead. Okay, I'm gonna go Judkins. It's a tough matchup for Judkins this week, but I feel better about him getting the touches. But I might just go. It's I kind of like Pittman this week, but let's just go Judkins and Kyron. Actually, Sutton, London, Kyron, Judkins.
The way this is 2 people. I think we're doing 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and 1 flex. So we got Kyron, Judkins.
Oh, that makes it way easier. I'm agonizing over nothing. Kyron, Judkins, Sutton, London, Pittman at the flex. Easy. Done.
That's the way I interpret it. Needs 2 of both and then a flex. All right.
That makes sense. If that's the case, yeah. Easy.
Here's League 2. It's also Selena. I'm assuming also 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and a flex. And this time we need to pick tight ends, which is probably Juwan Johnson. Judkins, Chase Brown, Kamara, probably Javonte Williams, Neighbors, Debo, Keenan, Higgins.
Yeah, so here I'm going to go Judkins. I think Kamara. I have Kamara and Javonte in the same, but Javonte's got to face that Packers defense. Kamara gets the Bills. I know the Bills have been terrible against running backs. My only worry with Kamara is, like, game scripted out and does he not catch a bunch of passes? But I think I still take a chance on him. So Judkins, Kamara, Neighbors, Keenan. I think I'm going to flex Debo now with Terry out. I think he should at least be solid this week with Terry out. And then you had Juwan at tight end.
Yeah, sadly, Higgins is like borderline unplayable. So I'd rather just go Debo and hope he gets touches. Same thing with Chase Brown. It's like, man, they can't be this bad all year. I know they won't be that bad. Like, they will actually score points once again. Minnesota's a good defense. It was just one of those games, right? So, but I don't want to deal with it this week. All right. So I just noticed we have another from Bronx boy. This is definitely a first, or probably a last. So first of all, congratulations. Just had a baby boy. Awesome. Name it, Chris or Pierre, or maybe the flex option, different flex.
Yeah, I would probably go with the flex option.
Go with the flex. Go with whatever your wife says. That's the choice.
Yes.
Johnny 22 Bear.
Congratulations, by the way. Did we say congratulations? Congratulations, by the way.
It did. Congratulations, Bronx boy. That's awesome. Pick 2, Mason, Henry, Pollard, Judkins.
I can't. I'm not ready to sit Derrick Henry yet, and Mason's got to be my second. I have Mason borderline must start. I couldn't talk Pierre into putting Mason on the booms, but I like Mason a lot this week. Henry and Mason.
Yeah, I like him enough. I'll start him here for sure. Henry, come on, disrespect. It's still not a question. You start him. Let's get to Jim K. Knicks or Purdy?
Man. I think I gotta take a chance on Knicks against the Bengals. Knicks was very, very close, and they're at home. And I saw Knicks actually does have pretty. I'm seeing this now. Knicks does have actually pretty major home road splits in his career so far. They're at home against the Bengals. He was close last week to having a huge game. And by close, I mean he missed some throws that he should not miss. So maybe you could say he wasn't close. But if he connects on those throws this week, it should be a good Knicks week. I'm going to go Knicks.
Yeah, that's fine. These guys are pretty close. Pollard or Genty?
I still got to go Genty this week. It's the Bears. If you watched the Vegas video this morning, which you might not have yet, I talked about this. And I talked about this, I think, also on some other video. I can't remember what other video. You do so many videos. But the Bears are allowing the highest yards before contact per attempt of any team in the NFL. The one thing that's held Genty back this year is that Raiders offensive line, having him get hit in the backfield so much. Well, that might not be the case this week. They might actually be able to give him room to run. So I'm going Genty.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing with him in that situation. It's not so much him individually struggling. Sure, he's trying to still find the nuances of when to find the hole and all that, but there just aren't many holes behind that offensive line. I think that's part of the problem. Go Genty for upside, and then we got Sutton, Tet, or Ladd. I guess just one. Could be Sutton, right?
We're just picking one. I think you got to go Sutton against the Bengals.
Different league, Fields, Caleb, or Love.
I'm actually going Jordan Love here. I mean, Caleb might be slightly a better pick here, but man, Jordan Love again. I can't ignore that Cowboys matchup. It's so good. I'm gonna go Jordan Love.
Yeah, this one's interesting. I mean, I feel like Fields has the highest ceiling. Love has the highest floor. I think Caleb is kind of in between, right? Like Fields because he runs, Love because of the matchup. Caleb is like good matchup. He runs a little, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's. I mean, this almost just depends on what you're shooting for. I think I kind of like that Caleb is the best of both worlds. But there's no bad options here. 2 receivers and 1 flex. Ladd, Tet, Pearsall, Golden. Who sits?
Honestly, I think I'm going to sit Tet. I moved him down enough now. He's got a calf injury. Christian Gonzalez playing. I think I'm going to sit Tet here.
Yep. I think that's what I would do too. All right, Jim. Good luck. Sandy McMurray. That's Jacobs, Monty, Dobbins, Pollard, Swift, McMillan, Hampton, Pearsall, Booty, Lamb, London. Trade offer. Debo and Travion for Hampton. would be getting the Debo side.
No. This is no. I'm not trading away Omari and Hampton right now.
This is an 8-man league. I mean, look, no, don't do this. This week, I don't know. He didn't really ask to set the lineup as 0-3, so let's help. But Jacobs, Dobbins, or Hampton.
I think you got to go Jacobs and Hampton. I mean, I like Dobbins a lot, but man, I think you got to go Jacobs and Hampton here.
Doesn't have Lamb. So what, Pearsall and London?
Yeah, Pearsall, London. But you know what? I'll flex Dobbins. I can flex Dobbins.
Yeah. I mean, look, your team is just good. It's an 8-man league. That's the problem. Everybody's team is good, but you have good players. Don't give up, right? You have actually a lot of players we like this week. You have half of our booms. You have Dobbins, you have London, you have him. I think you'll win this week. I hope you'll win this week. Cash money. Wow. Okay. 2 guys you're high on this week. Who do you like better? Flex Mason or Adams?
I mean, Mason, it's hard not to take a workhorse running back going against that Steelers defense in a game where the Vikings should easily be winning. I do really like Devontae Adams though, but I mean, he was a little limited this week with the hamstring. Maybe just go Mason here.
True, maybe that pushes it over the edge. I mean, in PPR, typically would go for the receiver. It says Vegas is high on Mason. All right. Mason's fine there. Alchemite. Lost my 2 top receivers. Yeah. Welcome to the club. Traded Trey Tucker, Brock Bowers, and Bill for Ferguson, Olave, and Chubb.
It's all right, I guess.
I guess to get Olave.
Yeah, I guess. Long term, I'm not sure. Like, I mean, you got to still prefer Bowers significantly over Ferguson long term, so we'll see here. One flex between these. I know you just traded for Chubb, but I'm not flexing Chubb. I don't know. I'd probably just put Io Manor in. Hope he continues to score.
Yeah, and this interesting. You're saying you already have Henry at tight ends, so I'm not sure why you traded for Ferguson. If you had Bowers, like that makes sense to trade Bowers and improve receiver. Maybe instead of Ferguson, could have got a different receiver back. Well, maybe still can do this. I mean, you got time, right? Try to trade Ferguson while his value is sky high and see if you can get another good receiver. I think that's what I would do. Okay. Next is the return of the Cosmic Mermaid and Starman. Love that one. Can you suggest any changes? Purdy, Pollard, Kyron, Debo, Pearsall, Golden, Kraft at tight end, and a kicker. BTJ on the bench there. I think that's the only struggle.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready to put Golden in over BTJ. I know it's BTJ. Why do you have to be so bad? Why do you have to be so bad? This shouldn't be tough. I know Golden gets Cowboys. Or, maybe I can go maybe BTJ over Debo. I mean, Debo should have a fine game this week, but yeah, I might go BTJ over Debo. I just have a hard time with BTJ on my bench still. I mean, I think I said last week if he's terrible again, I'm going to consider benching him, and he was terrible again, and now I'm still not considering benching him. I mean, maybe he should just be on the bench, honestly. Maybe he should. I don't know.
I could consider benching him in the right situation, but again, what's the upside here? I think Debo, okay, he gets more targets, but I don't know. I don't feel like Debo has a massive ceiling. I think I would bench Debo for BTJ over Golden. I would say this too. Look, you have Daniels is out. He'll probably, I would hope, be back next week. And you already have Purdy. You can drop Geno to pick up another running back because you need some more running back depth because you don't have to stash somebody.
Yeah.
You don't really need Goddard if you have Kraft. Also, better to stash a receiver or running back. All right, Matthew Temple. Would you trade Mason for London?
Yeah, I think I would do this. Again, I think people are not looking long term, which is quite normal for human beings, right? Not looking long term here. Aaron Jones will get back. I still like Jordan Mason even with Aaron Jones, but when Aaron Jones comes back, Aaron Jones isn't going to just get like 5 touches. So, yeah, give me London. Give me London here. I think this is a good sell high on Mason.
This is the perfect combination of both selling high and buying low.
Yep.
I love it. Yes, get London. So I have to put this up. It's up here. It's right below where we're at. Zach Stevens says, why does everyone like London so much? He was terrible last year.
I don't.
Okay, so last year, I mean, it depends on your definition of terrible. Drake London had 100 catches, 1,271 yards, and 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's an interesting definition.
Terrible. And I think he was third, right? Was he third among all receivers in the NFL in targets? It's not too terrible. And then the whole better QB. I don't know. Are we thinking that Kirk Cousins is better than Michael Penix?
Well, it depends what it depends what. He probably wasn't even better than this version of Michael Penix. So yeah.
Well, clearly the Falcons don't think so. Anyways, not too terrible. John, Mariota or Stafford?
I think I got to go Stafford over Mariota. That one's close. I don't have a strong feeling here.
Yeah, Stafford is solid. Just doesn't get you a lot of upside. Yeah, I don't know. Mariota doesn't get you a tremendous upside either. Without Terry, I don't know. I have a feeling the Falcons. Speaking of the Falcons, playing the Commanders at home, I feel like the Falcons are going to come back pretty strong this week. I would go Stafford. Needs one PPR: Olave, JMO, or Henderson. Well, again, it's too soon. I think for Henderson, especially in PPR, JMO doesn't have a great matchup. Probably just go Olave and get those targets.
Yeah, just take the high floor of Olave.
Kraft or Ferguson?
I think you got to take Kraft against the Cowboys. This one's very close because Ferguson getting so many targets.
Yeah, Ferguson is still going to get a lot of targets. We know this, but it's a tougher matchup for him. So go Kraft for upside. Spearsy just saying what is up. Life is good. He's on the winning side of things so far. All right.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Nice.
All right. Now we have Bops, por favor. 0-3 on the other side here. Needs a win. 12 team. Tight end premium and Superflex. Okay. Judkins, Ferguson, Iomanner, Golden needs 2.
I mean, tight end premium, I might go Ferguson as one of my flexes here. This guy catches so many passes.
Yeah.
Man. Judkins, Golden, tough. I have Judkins ranked higher. This could be, this could be the week that Golden goes off. But it's not a guarantee here, right? He's still a rookie.
Right.
I think I'm just going to go Judkins, Ferguson here, and really, really, really going to hate having Golden on my bench and knowing that he might pop off.
Well, second team here is Judkins, Hampton, Benson, Henderson, Jacobs, Bill, St. Brown, Neighbors, Jefferson, QJ, Zay. With these receivers, you're 0-3. Man, how did you even get all 3 of those guys?
I don't know. I don't know what the lineup is like. How many we're starting here? But I'm going to, I'll go Jacobs Hampton at running back if you need two. I mean, you got to start those first three wide receivers. I don't see how you bench them. I mean, if it's two wide receivers and a flex, I think you got to start those first three wide receivers. I mean, I see how he's 0-2 because like Hampton was bad early in the year. Jacobs has just kind of been okay. Jefferson's just kind of been okay. Neighbors had one big game. Like I can kind of see how he's also 0-3 here. Probably didn't start Zay Flowers the first 2 weeks when he had big games because he had St. Brown, Neighbors, Jefferson. You know what I mean? So it's like he's been pretty unlucky here, I think.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Your team is pretty stacked now. You definitely will get better. I think you just got to keep rolling your studs out. All right, Cali Kid needs a quarterback. Danny Jones, Geno Fields.
I'm going Fields. Fields out of these guys pretty comfortably.
Yeah. Don't think it's a huge week for Daniel Jones. It's interesting on NFL, the NFL website, NFL.com. One of the bold predictions is like Daniel Jones, cements his MVP lead and trounces the Rams. It's like, okay, too far. Not doing it.
It's a bold prediction.
It's a bold, yeah. I got plenty of bold predictions. Dave needs 2-2-1, Genty, JT, Williams, Etienne, Judkins. Then we got Chase, Pearsall, Godwin, Pittman, Ayo.
All right, I'm going to go JT and Judkins at running back, Chase, Pearsall at wide receiver. Man, Genty or Pittman? That's tough. That is tough this week. And especially PPR makes it even closer. But I think I'm going to take Genty this week. I think this is the week for Genty. But that's close. Pittman, Genty, very close for my flex.
Yeah, Genty's in a good enough matchup, as you mentioned before. I would go for that upside. Arthur's back. Arthur. Not a tight end premium, but still wants to know. Juwan Johnson, Kincaid, or Hawkinson in half PPR.
I'm just not benching Juwan Johnson. I mean, these other guys are good options. They're not bad. You don't have any bad options here, but I just feel like with Juwan Johnson, I know the targets are going to be there. I know everything's going to be there. I don't have to worry about, like, is Hawk going to get the targets? Is Kincaid going to get the targets this week?
Yep. Target share is usually it's probably the best way to decide who you want to start. And you're saying game script Kincaid. Well, game script might work against him. He just might not have to pass very much against the Saints. So I wouldn't put him in because of that. Hawkinson, I feel better about, but just go Juwan Jones. Hennessy Black. Caleb or Love?
I mean, here we go. Like I'm fine with. It's hard to bench Caleb. He's been so good. Love against the Cowboys. I think I don't know. I think I said Love earlier when it was like Love, Caleb, and somebody else, but maybe Caleb's just the better choice, just a safer choice here. He's got plenty of upside. He's got a high floor. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with either of these guys this week.
Yeah, they're both in smash spots. Golden or DK?
Well, you can definitely go wrong with one of these guys. Give me Golden.
But only exactly one of them. Yeah. Let's do Golden. Juice, I'm not sure if this is a real decision you have. Feels like an excuse to have us pick Spencer Rattler. Rattler or Ward?
Yeah, I mean, if I actually have to choose, this is actually a real decision. I think I would go Rattler right now.
I guess it's possible. All right, maybe it's one of these super flex leagues. Maybe. I'm very suspicious here. We got a new member. It's Jonathan Bolton. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you.
If you put up a question, we'll put it up. But let's get to the next super chat, which, by the way, we're still just doing super chats for now until we get caught up, and then we'll do some of the other questions as well, but we don't want to keep people waiting too long. That also includes, by the way, it's a good time for me to pause because we're almost halfway through. Mention a couple of things. So first of all, you want to get your questions answered? Yes, we will answer your questions. Don't forget about Underdog because you haven't tried it yet. Besides getting your fancy football lineup set, you want to get your picks in on Underdog before game action starts. If you haven't tried Underdog, it's actually, I always say it's the best time. I was wrong. It's an even better time now to sign up because you still get the gimme pick, which is Caleb Williams just getting a yard. All right. But also, if you sign up for the first time on Underdog, but you use code NGAME, you're going to get your special pick as well as the gimme pick I just showed you, up to $1,000 bonus cash. And as soon as you play $5 towards anything, now you get $100 in bonus funds added to your account. It was $50. It's bumped up to $100 now. So I think it's now officially the new best time to sign up for Underdog if you haven't yet. So try it now. Just make sure you use code NGAME to get all of that. Also, this is a good time to remind you about Draft Lane. Speaking of code NGAME, we're going to continue the promo that we've been doing. If you are new to Draft Lane, it's a free download. App Store, Play Store, download Draft Lane. Don't forget, give us a 5-star review. We appreciate that. And then when you go to the settings, you use code NGAME right here and apply it. You get 10 free credits to use towards questions. So when you ask your questions, we see them here and we answer them just like we do on the live streams. I'll show you what it looks like here. So if you're on Yahoo or Sleeper, it syncs with your league. So this user right here is on Yahoo. They got a start sit question, just like you all have been asking. Henderson or Javonte Williams, also thinking of Hunter Henry in the flex over Ladd McConkey. Well, let's see what the options are. We click on roster and we can see exactly what the roster looks like. All right, so we got Bijan and Mason. That's good. Pierce Olagbuka, Geno Smith. Got Ladd and Javonte in there right now. DK, Henderson. Thinking about Henry.
Nah, I'm going with the lineup they have. I'm not ready to put Henry in over Ladd. I know Henry had a big game last week, but
obviously not putting Henry at tight end because you already played McBride. Obviously don't want to play DK and too soon for Henderson. Okay, so we'll just keep it as is.
Yes.
So say Ladd still has been effective, but is in a good spot this week. Don't need to flex tight end like Henry over him or Javonte. And what we've been saying, too soon for Henderson. Workload not guaranteed to go up. So this is what we do. We see your roster. We see your question. You give us personalized comment. We leave you personalized feedback. That's how it works. All right. We got another question. We'll get to that after the stream, though. We'll make sure we get back to your super chats now. So that's Draft Lane. You can ask your questions anytime. All right. Johnny, 22 Bear. Pick 3. Moore, Ibuka, Pickens, Tucker, Chase.
I think Chase has to still be number 1. I think I still have to put Ibuka 2. I'm not as high on Pickens as I'd like to be this week, but I still have to put him over Trey Tucker and DJ Moore. So Chase, Ibuka, Pickens.
Sounds good. All right. Next one is Diego Antolines. Needs help in 2 leagues, PPR. Pollard or Golden?
I'd probably just take a chance on Golden here. I mean, Pollard's safer, gives you a floor, but what's the ceiling for Pollard? I'll just go with Golden.
Yeah, we'll shoot for the ceiling here. Pick 3, BTJ, Tet, Pickens, Debo. So I guess we're just sitting 1.
I think I'm sitting Tet again, dealing with that calf injury. It doesn't sound serious, but it's something. And now probably gonna have to deal with Christian Gonzalez. I think I'm just sitting Tet.
There you go. Thank you, and you're welcome, Diego. Good luck. Here's Jonathan's question. Pick 2, Myers, Ted, or Keenan. I feel like we're sitting Ted again.
Yep. Definitely sitting. I like Jacoby and Keenan a lot this week, so I'll sit Ted.
And then again at quarterback, you got Fields, you got Purdy, or you got Williams.
I mean, probably should just keep rolling with Caleb. Doesn't seem quite as risky as Fields and has more upside than Purdy, I think.
Exactly. All right. Alan Abraham, one quarterback, and then a super flex option. Tua, Stroud, and Penix. Which disappointing quarterback makes the cut? And then would you consider guys like Ted, says Ricky Pearsall, or Metcalf instead of one of those quarterbacks at the super flex?
I might put Ricky Pearsall in, honestly, and just not think about it. Not have to think about these quarterbacks. I don't want to think about these quarterbacks. I got enough going on in my life to think about. I don't need to think about these 3 crappy quarterbacks. I'll just go Ricky Pearsall.
Well, we need to pick one of those quarterbacks for the quarterback spot.
Well, you said Ricky or Metcalf instead.
Well, it says one quarterback, one super flex. So it's one of those quarterbacks or one of those quarterbacks and one of those.
Think about these crappy quarterbacks. Oh man,
you still have to think about these
I don't know. I guess Tua. I don't even know. I can't even give you a compelling reason why for Tua. It's because I don't want to start Stroud or Penix.
Well, I was going to say I can give you plenty of reasons not to start Stroud. It's either you bet on Penix bounce back or just go with Tua. Tua at least has done something the last couple of weeks. It's the Jets. Let's go Tua. And Ricky. Ted and Judkins in my flex, and I'm benching DK and Ricky. All right, so we're just going to switch that.
Yeah.
Quan Park. 1 tight end and 2 flex. Got Drake London, Quentin Johnson, Ferguson, and Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, I think you got to go Kraft at tight end. And I'm still going to go London and QJ in full PPR. I know Ferguson is tempting with all his catches and stuff, but I don't think I could put Ferguson in over QJ and London yet.
Yeah, this is a tough decision. This is close. I could see why you'd want to start Ferguson, but I want to keep those receivers in. And then this says standard Ferguson or Kraft. Well, it's definitely got to be Kraft.
Yeah, Ferguson does not score touchdowns. It's got to be Kraft.
Definitely Kraft and standard. All right, Kyle. Henderson, Ayo Manor, Golden.
I'm just going to take a chance on Golden here again. Against Cowboys. Give me Golden.
Go Golden, exactly. Ron Scott. Flex, Pickens, Hill, or Buka?
I think you still got to go with Buka here. I mean, there are some concerns about how much Quinion Mitchell he's going to see, but he's going to get so many targets. I think it's got to be Buka.
Yeah. Pickens, sure, getting more targets doesn't mean he'll do anything with them. It's still a tough matchup, and he'll go Buka. Allen wants to know, would you go Geno over Mayfield this week? Yeah, I mean, you're right. He's getting a good Eagles defense, but do you really feel better about Geno Smith?
Yeah, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, I got doubts about Geno. I wouldn't do this. I don't feel it's a big Baker week. I would still go Baker. Paul Allen, Golden or Pollard in half?
Even in half, I'll just take Golden and just shoot for a big play, a touchdown. I mean, look, Pollard could score again, assuming the Titans score. Just give me Golden.
Right. We're going for ceiling here. Golden has it. Ernesto, 18 PPR, needs help with quarterback in the Superflex League. Got Prescott and Stafford. Lawrence, Rodgers, Bryce Young, and Rattler are available. It's an 8-man league.
I'm just going to go Stafford here. It's the Colts. Doesn't scare me. Should be fine. Dak against the Packers without CD scares me, and those other quarterbacks all scare me.
Right. That's a good way to put it. Saying the at draft lane not working. Well, it is working. If you have a specific issue, remember we got the draft lane support channel on Discord. So jump in there and tell us what is the issue. Zico Choa, start 2 in the flex. Got Jawan. I don't know the way you're spelling it. Looks like Jawan Johnson. T. Higgins, or I'm guessing Tyquan Thornton, not Dante Thornton.
Or Parker Washington's got to be our first Parker Washington question. Let's go Jawan Jennings and oh man. I mean, okay, Parker Washington, what? He might catch 4 or 5 passes and get you like 8 or 9 points. I think I still have to put T. Higgins over these guys. Like, I mean, it's sad that this is where we're at, where like T. Higgins has to be lumped in with Tyquan Thornton and Parker Washington, but that's where it's sad. But I can't bench him for Tyquan Thornton or Parker Washington, especially with Worthy playing. So, Jawan and T.
Right. Thornton becomes less interesting with Worthy back. I did talk about Washington because, Brown was questionable and that whole Jaguars receiving room is questionable. I don't want to start him against the 49ers. Exactly. I don't think I can put him over T. Higgins just yet. So let's go the first 2. Daniel Orton, Goff or Fields? Yep. Justin is cleared.
Yeah, I'm going Fields here.
Yep. Doesn't feel like a big Goff week. Fields, there's no guarantee ever with Fields, but he does have that ceiling. Chief Perp, Pollard, Judkins, or Etienne?
I'm going Judkins. I might be irrationally high on Judkins this week, but he looks great. Looks great. I'm just going to go Judkins.
That's totally fair. Etienne at 49ers is not a great matchup, so go Judkins. All right. Be free. 0-3. Sit 2 of these guys. Etienne, Allen, Scatterboot, Judkins, BTJ, Hendy.
I'm sitting Henderson. I'm probably sitting Henderson and Etienne. I'm assuming that's Keenan Allen. Unless it's Braylon. If it's Braylon Allen, I'll sit Henderson and Braylon Allen. But I'm going to assume Keenan Allen, so I'll sit Henderson and Etienne.
Yeah, I would assume Keenan Allen. You want to start Keenan Allen. So Henderson's the easy sit, I think. Manuel Roman. Is it safe to start Golden and Dobbs this week? I don't think safe is the word. But
it's certainly not safe. Certainly not safe. But it's the Cowboys. It's a good spot for them.
We would call them risky flexes with upside. So no, there's nothing safe about that Packers receiver room. But it's such a good matchup. So it really just depends on what you need, what your options are, all that. All right, Sabir Husani. Interesting. Which disappointing receiver do you prefer right now, BTJ or Ladd?
I think I honestly still prefer Ladd. I mean, Ladd at least has Justin Herbert. BTJ stuck with Trevor Lawrence. I'm probably going to take Ladd here.
Yeah, I think Ladd is going to get better. Look, all the numbers, the peripherals show that he's been getting open and, he's been doing his part. It's just target competition. BTJ, it's the opposite. He should be dominating and he's not because he's been dropping the ball. He's the issue, right? Well, okay. Trevor Lawrence is also the issue, which that's the issue here. Okay. Sabir Husani also wants to know, would you trade Jaylen Warren or Sutton? To get Sutton?
If I'm getting Sutton, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Just silent. Andrews, Ertz, Trey Tucker, Jerry Jeudy, Chris Godwin says needs a tight end and a flex.
Well, I'm definitely going Trey Tucker. You know what? I might. Can I go Ertz over Jeudy and Godwin? I think I can. Can I go Ertz over Andrews? I think I can. No Terry, Marcus Mariota. But do I go Trey Tucker?
I know we don't
Wait, I
want
thought that
to
was Tucker Kraft. That's Trey Tucker. It makes it much
Trey
tougher.
Tucker. It's Trey Tucker.
I read Tucker Kraft. I was all excited.
It's Trey Tucker. I almost did this for Trey
All right,
Tucker.
let's go Trey Tucker, I guess, at the flex, and I think I might go Ertz over Andrews. I know Andrews had a big game last week, but okay. Ertz is solid. No Terry. I think I'm gonna go Tucker and Ertz.
Well, no, I think Ertz over Andrews. I'm definitely doing that because Terry's out, like you said. Ertz will get targeted. I will say for Trey Tucker, we don't want to overreact to last week, right? Like, come on, it's not gonna happen again. But he did get targeted heavily the week before, also, and it's the Bears, right? He's got a good matchup, so I still think Tucker is definitely a flex option this week. So Ertz and Tucker. Alex Sanchez. Okay. So remember, this is the super flex league where you got Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, and we're like, he must have traded, and he did not. He drafted both those quarterbacks because apparently the league mates don't understand how super flex works.
Wow.
This is why we put out that video, in the off season, we do the video like know your league settings. Yeah, they didn't watch that video, did they?
No, they did not.
All right, well done. You know what, Alex? This is where you get the edge. You watch here, and you knew what you were doing. Pick one. Igbuka Pickens, T-Mac, Golden.
I'm going Igbuka number one here still. I think he should get a ton of targets. I know, tough match. Him and Pickens both are like in that same boat where they should get a ton of targets, but they're both in tough matchups. But I mean, Igbuka's look better. I'll go Igbuka.
Yeah, this comes down to the target share plus matchup. It's not great, but it is also worse for Pickens. So between those two, yeah, go Igbuka as well. John Walsh. Have had Nico and Garrett Wilson. That's good. And McMillan Pearsall at flex.
What?
Picked Odunze?
You just picked up Odunze? What?
I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, if you have Odunze, you have to start Odunze.
Yeah, you got to start Odunze over McMillan. I mean, you say you have Nico and Wilson at wide receiver with McMillan and Pearsall at the flex. Put Odunze in over McMillan.
I like Pearsall a lot this week, but if you have Odunze, you have to start. And you're still starting Nico and Garrett Wilson for sure. So, yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Let's now get to. Well, we have a new member. It's Mr. All right. Here's the question. Igbuka over London. I don't know.
This one's close. It's like Igbuka, who's been better in the tougher matchup, or London, and hope Penix gets better. Oh man,
I know he hasn't been great, but I'm going London this week. I really think he's still getting the targets, right? He's still getting targeted. He hasn't been horrible. Everyone's like, "Oh, London's sucked." Like, he hasn't been bad. He just hasn't been really great yet. I don't know. I'm going London.
Yeah, I don't know. I have Igbuka higher, but I'm fine with London too.
Who would you trust at tight end? Okay, Juwan Johnson or Sam Laporta?
I really don't have a reason to bench Sam Laporta.
Yeah, Laporta should be okay this week. Just silent, Purdy or Goff?
Purdy
higher. Robert Mitchell, what's up? Judkins, Genty, or Myers in the flex?
Well, assuming it's PPR, I think you got to go Jacoby. If it's non-PPR, maybe even half PPR, I might go Judkins, but otherwise Jacoby.
Yeah, I think in PPR, assuming it is, go with the receiver again. Myers still the number one guy there, and it is a good matchup. Good choices, though. Luis Mendez, May, Gino, or Knicks?
I think I'm going to go Knicks here at home against the Bengals. I got to take a chance on Knicks this week.
All right. Then we got Jason Rochelle. Needs 3. Genty, Kamara, Javante, Scattaboo, Waddle.
going to go Genti and Scattaboo. Oh, wait, we got to start 3. Genti,
3.
Scattaboo, Kamara.
All right. Genti, Scattaboo, Kamara. Yeah, I'm good with that. What about Rusty? Again, he said league mates are hoarding QBs. That happens. Try trading for one.
Yeah, none of those QBs are any good. Just go with Goff, right? It was like Baker or Goff.
Yeah.
Was the question. Just go with Goff.
Yeah, I'm not putting any of those guys over them.
Don't trade for a QB. Week. Yeah, don't trade for a QB. Like you can roll Goff in your lineup pretty much every week, and most of the time he's going to be really good. You don't need to go trade for a QB.
Right. It is just
let
one week.
Let him. You know what happens? This is what always happens. They hoard QBs, bye weeks start, injuries start, and they drop those QBs because they realize, oh, I need to add people. It's like it happens every time. Any league I've ever been in where they hoard QBs and where they're actually active, they always, assuming not super flex, they always start dropping QBs eventually because they realize, oh, I can't. I was going to draft Kyler Murray to trade him, but nobody wants Kyler Murray. You know what I mean? Like they'll start dropping him. Don't worry.
Yeah. It'll be fine after this week. Andrew Myers needs help. Pick 3. BTJ, Igbuka, Golden, Worthy, Mason, Kyron, Higgins.
Ooh, well, Jordan Mason's actually number 1 for me here. Honestly, I think I'm benching BTJ out of this group, honestly. I think I'm going to go Mason, Igbuka. Doesn't say if it's PPR or not. That makes a big difference here. But I think I'm going to go Kyron. I think I'm going to go Mason, Igbuka, Kyron.
This is a group of players where you can bench BTJ, right? You don't need to take the risk. You've got good enough players. It's also a group of players where, as much as we like Golden, you don't have to start Golden. So, yeah, agree with all that. Okay, Vincent Glennon. 2 receivers in the flex: Tyreek, Diggs, Ayo Manor, Golden, Calvin Austin, Algier, Marks, Etienne.
All right, we're gonna go Tyreek and Golden at wide receiver. I think you still got to flex Etienne here, assuming that's Travis Etienne and not Trevor. I have seen some people adding Trevor Etienne with the Chuba injury. But I'm going to assume that's Travis.
All right, we got Scribbles. Options for quarterback: Goff, May, Stafford.
I think I'm going to go Drake May over Goff this week.
Right. Based on matchup, makes sense. Also, some rushing upside. 1 flex: McMillan, Pickens, Judkins, Bill, Pollard.
I know it's PPR, but I'm going Judkins here. Again, I might be irrationally high on Judkins this week, but he looks so good. He actually catches some passes. I just think he looks too good. I'm going Judkins.
Yeah. Judkins, I mean, you can go Pickens for upside if you're feeling it, but very risky. Judkins should be solid. Ginyu Force. K9, it was fine. Yeah, it was fine.
I want to know what league you're in where you got 17. What is your league scoring?
Yeah, I was like 17.
Some interesting scoring because he got like 12 in regular PPR leagues.
Because he didn't score a touchdown. I mean, he didn't have a big game. I don't know. Needs quarterback, receiver, 2 flex: Dak, Purdy, or both? What do you mean, or both?
Is it super flex? I think you got to go Purdy over Dak. You need one wide receiver between Tet, Ellick, and Ted again. I'm going to go Tet at wide receiver over Ellick. I think I'm just going to flex Jordan Mason. Even over Dak. Dak against Packers with no CD, not feeling good.
Oh, this is 2 flex. Mason and
Oh. Well, in that case, maybe I will go Dak because I don't love Javonte this week. Chris Rodriguez, Woody, I like no. Okay, I will go Dak. Assuming, since you say or both, I'm assuming you could flex him. So I'll go Dak and Mason at the flexes, Purdy at QB, Ted at wide receiver.
Yeah, assuming you're saying or both, assuming that means super flex. Jasim Isom. All right. Dak, Dart, or Mariota?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go Mariota here, honestly. He runs. He could score a touchdown. Dak against the Packers, no CD. That does not feel good. Dart, no thanks.
Dart, you will see, but also not just we don't know, but it's the Chargers. It's not a good matchup. Not a good spot for him to put up points regardless. So yeah, I'll go Mariota too. We have Gary Daron. Needs 3 receivers from Nico, Drake, Ladd, Pearsall, Golden.
Well, I think you got to start Nico. I think Pearsall's number 2, and then it's between Drake and Ladd. I'd probably go Drake over Ladd this week. So Nico, Drake, Pearsall.
And Nico's a must start. You don't question that. I'll go with my guys, Drake and Pearsall. Like them all, though. You have good choices here. High BPM, Mariota or Gino?
Gino. I'm going Gino. I like Gino this week.
Yeah, again, this is where Mariota has some rushing upside. Gino, hoping they pass it. Gino does have a better matchup. Got a super chat from Diorio. Let's see. Here's a question. Does that say 4-point PPR? Is that possible? Is that possible?
Is it supposed to be full point PPR? If it really is 4-point PPR, I think you have to start Debo here.
If that's what it is.
Because if he catches like 6 passes, we're talking about 24 points. But if it's supposed to be full point PPR, I think I go Scattaboo.
Yeah, I can't imagine it's 4, but that's what it says. But if it's just like a regular league, then yeah, the Scattaboo. Okay, what about Oscar Melendez? Let's see. JD, Daniel Jones. You're going to have to start Jones. Etienne, Mason, Henderson, Spears, Lamb, London, Odunze, Metcalf, Shaheed, Tucker, Warren, Johnson. Any changes here? Let's see what they got.
Well, I don't know what you mean by any changes. If you mean to the lineup, you don't really have your lineup set. I would start Etienne Mason, assuming 2 running backs. I would start London Odunze. I might just flex Trey Tucker here. Maybe Henderson. Maybe take a chance. Maybe he sees more touches. I don't know. Yeah, maybe Henderson. You got to start. Do I flex it to? I don't know. Maybe Henderson. You got to start Warren at tight end. You're 2-1, so there's no need to panic trade and there's no reason to do like a panic trade here because Lamb and JD are out. Don't do anything. I think you're okay. You could use another running back, but also who are you gonna? Maybe you could try to trade one of those tight ends. Maybe try to trade Tyler Warren. I don't really want to trade Tyler Warren, but no. Get a running back and just roll with Juwan.
Yeah. Look, I'm just gonna say, Oscar, I'm kind of you should be thrilled that you're 2-1. Not sure you're 2-1 with this, the way these running backs and everything looks. You're good, but you could use some help at running back for sure. So see if you can upgrade, and you can hold out for Lamb to come back. Mateus Fabricio, pick 3. AJB, Ladd, McMillan, and Javonte. It's half.
You still got to start AJ Brown. I still got to start Ladd, and I'm gonna bench Tet and just roll with Javonte in half. Again, a little nervous about Tet this week.
Yeah, it looks like we're just sitting one. Yeah, McMillan. This caught my eye. Not sure why we're doing this. HU traded Saquon Barkley for James Cook straight up.
Are we ready? Are we ready to trade Saquon Barkley for James Cook? I don't think so.
No. This feels like a little recency bias here. Still a little lightning round as we get caught up. We're still catching up on the super chat, so hang tight there, guys. We will do those, and of course, remember questions. But let's do some of these normal questions. No bedtime. Travion Henderson or T. Higgins?
Probably just go Henderson here and hope he gets more involved.
Would you start Pollard or Judkins?
Judkins.
Cedric Hogan, Purdy or Mariota?
Purdy.
Agree with Purdy. It's interesting. Brian 7, Addison or Hendy?
Again, I'd probably just go Henderson and hope he just gets more involved.
And then Captain Moistbeard, Purdy or Gino?
Purdy.
All right. Actually, now I'm continuing to scroll down. I see no bedtime. Actually, did super chat that. So Higgins or Henderson. We just said Henderson. And thankfully, it's not 4-point PPR. Diario clarified it's full point PPR. Scatterboo.
That's what I figured. I'm going to go Scatterboo.
All right. What's up? Rise above anything. He says he's going to be at the Rams game tomorrow. Nice. Yeah, I think sounds like Adams is playing, right? They said he
sounds like he's playing.
Yeah. P needs one running back, one flex between Swift, Henry, Hendo. Happy Saturday to you too.
Oh man. I'm gonna go Henderson at running back, and I might put Hunter Henry in over Swift, honestly. I mean, it's not a bad matchup for Swift against the. He had a great matchup last week too. Like, I might just go Henderson, Hunter Henry here.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. With this group, and we got, let's see, Ethan Struby. 1 and 2. It's a 12-teamer. 2 running back, 2 receiver, tight end, 2 flex. Hall, Chase Brown, Amon-Ra, Myers, Kraft, JMO, Ferguson, Ridley, Mooney, Dobbs, Addison, Io Minor, Dobbs, Henderson. Wants to know about flexing 2 tight ends here. You don't need to win just because you're 1 and 2, but I get it. You want to win.
Well, it looks like you're starting Hall and Chase Brown. You're starting Amon-Ra and Jacoby. You got Kraft at tight end. So right now you have Jameson and Ferguson as your flexes. That's what it looks like. I don't know. Or is Jameson your flex and Ferguson's on your bench? Hard to say here. So I'll just tell you who I like the best. I guess Hall, Chase Brown over Henderson. I will say Chase Brown, Henderson way closer than it should be. But at least we know Chase Brown should get the touches. Amon-Ra, Myers, that's totally fine. Kraft, yes. I might flex Ferguson over Jameson, honestly. Again, he's got a 12% target share. Like, you're just banking on one big play here. I might go Ferguson over Jameson. But Jameson would be probably my next choice. Even over Dobbs.
All right. There you go, Ethan. Marcos Alvarado, get the super chat, and the question is here. 2 tough questions. Debo, Ladd, or Dobbins at flex?
I'm going Dobbins at home. Huge favorites. Bengals, I'm going Dobbins.
Yeah, no Dobbins there. And then which defense? Patriots or Broncos against?
I mean, they're both good, but let's go Denver against Jake Browning.
Yeah, both good matchups. Denver is one of the leaders in sacks. Again, it's always tough with defense because every scoring system is different. Generally, you want a defense that gets sacks, so let's do that. Mar, pick T-Mac, Mooney, Franklin, or Iron Manor.
I don't think I can drop Tet this low. I still go Tet here.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's good to go. I know. It's like maybe Franklin, maybe Mooney. Let's probably just go with Tet. Okay, then we have UCPFRT Kenny S. All right. Mark Andrews or Juwan Johnson?
I'm going Juwan Johnson. Assuming PPR. If it's like non-PPR, maybe I would go Andrews. But in PPR, Juwan.
Yeah, let's go with the guy who's getting the more consistent target share. Mr. Rivers, what is up? All right, here we go. So why are we trading Barkley? Give up Barkley, Ridley, and Jones, Danny Jones, for Hurts, Debo, and one of the Jay Williams.
I mean, so you're doing this to get Hurts, I assume? I mean, Debo, Javonte, like, I don't think so. Like, Daniel Jones is fine. I'm sure there's quarterbacks on the waiver wire. It's non-PPR?
Doesn't that make you want to keep Barkley even more if it's non-PPR?
Yeah, I'm sitting tight here. I'm not trading away Barkley right now.
Don't want to trade Barkley. I mean, you should get a much bigger haul. I mean, you're getting Jalen Hurts, yeah, but and then Debo. What's Debo's value in non-PPR? Not much. If it's Javonte Williams, sorry, it's not enough for me. You're 2-1. You're fine. You don't need to blow this team up. So no. Dave, this is also apparently non-PPR. Start one. Tet, Higgins, Judy, Pittman.
I'm going to go Pittman here. Even in non-PPR. I mean, Pittman scored. He can score. Give me Pittman.
Just a better chance for a touchdown. Yeah. All right. Next is Cody. Dobbins, Debo, Breece Hall at the flex.
I'm going Dobbins. Should be a big Dobbins game.
Yeah, big on Dobbins. All right, Marcos, this is a different one. He had a different super chat. Swapped Debo for Javonte Williams. Got CMC, Jacobs, Javonte. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think I prefer. Don't know if it's PPR or whatever, assuming it's any kind of PPR. I think it's fine. You can get Javonte Williams. He's going to be the guy, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. Debo, we got to remember, Terry McLaurin not out for the season. I mean, hopefully. They did say it won't require surgery, but that's still kind of terrifying that they even were like, wait, it might have required surgery?
Yeah, right. Like, oh, so we thought about it. All right. I think he'll be okay.
Still a little scary.
Jonathan, Pickens or Sutton?
Sutton. At home. Bengals. Got to go Sutton.
Go Sutton here. Phil Ciortino, what's up? Trade offer. They want Fields, Chase Brown, and Worthy for Judy, Devonta Smith, and Dobbins.
I don't really see the point of this. Like, I don't really want Judy on my team. Devonta Smith and Dobbins, they're fine, but I still think I would just rather have Worthy. I mean, I know I don't mind giving up Fields. I assume you have a different quarterback, but I don't know. I feel like Worthy's the one I want the most out of this group, so I think I'm just holding tight here.
Yeah, it doesn't thrill me here getting those three guys. Judy's like whatever. Like maybe Dobbins over Chase Brown now. Okay, but it's not like this is some massive upgrade. Like you said, Worthy, Devonta Smith. I mean, close, but I think I'd rather have Worthy. So maybe we could rework this deal. I mean, obviously they want Fields. If you have him as your second quarterback and you don't need him, okay. How about like Fields and Chase Brown for Dobbins and what would be fair? Well, and Devonta Smith. Would you do that?
Sure.
I would do that. Maybe
Yeah,
they
I would
wouldn't
do that. I don't know if they will.
See if they'll do that. Carl the Frog. No, Carl the Fog.
The
I was
Fog.
thinking Kermit the Frog. Who do I flex? Bucky, Igbuka, Brees Lad.
I'm going Bucky. Here. Tristan Wirfs is back. Should get better. Let's go Bucky.
Yeah, you just need one of these. Then I guess it's Bucky. Jason Moa. Again, not sure why you would trade CMC for anyone. CMC for Henry.
No, I don't think there's anybody I would trade CMC for.
Now. Like straight up. No. Or maybe not even at all. There's just no point to that. No. New member, it's the Cosmic Mermaid and Starman. So I guess it's technically like 2 new members.
Thank you.
Okay, Ethan Struby looks like a different one. All right, Ethan now it's a 12-teamer, QB, 2 receiver, 2 running back, tight end, 2 flex. Williams or Fields? I guess Caleb.
Yeah, I think I'm going to say go Caleb.
Yeah, Fields definitely has some upside this week, but I think so does Caleb. A little bit safer. Ladd, BTJ, Rome, Garrett, Gibbs, Scatterboo, Hendy, Wandale, Dobbins. I think Harvey, and then Njoku or Andrews.
I'll definitely put Andrews in over Njoku. You need 2 wide receivers here. I think you got to go Rome, Odunze, and Garrett Wilson. 2 running backs. You got to start Gibbs and Dobbins. 2 flexes. I think I'm going to go BTJ and Scatterboo, but man, not fun having Ladd on the bench.
Again, I'll say you have a lot of good options here. Maybe Rome and Wilson definitely want to start. Gibbs and Scatterboo, I guess, are the running backs. No, Dobbins. Oh, I see Dobbins now.
Yeah, Dobbins.
Gibbs, Dobbins. The flex is where it's tough, right?
Luckily, we get 2, but it's still tough.
Yeah, Ladd is really the tough one, this week. I'm willing to say, okay, BTJ still getting targets, give him the benefit of the doubt. It's not a great matchup. Ladd, it's like what is he gonna get? He's gonna get targets, but he's gonna do enough with them. That's the really tough one, right? I still think I would take a chance on him in most scenarios. If it's full PPR, go Ladd. Dripping with joy. All right, London Pearsall.
I'm going Pearsall.
Yeah, well, look, I had London as one of my potential boom picks. We were going to put Pearsall on there, right? We said this a couple of days ago, but then he popped up in the injury report. We didn't know about Jennings, don't know about Brock. Okay, they're going to play. I'll just go Pearsall and not risk London being decent but not great. Pick 1, Genty, Scatterboo, Judkins.
I've got Judkins the highest. Again, I might be too high on Judkins this week. We'll see.
This one's another tough one. Like Genty should have the highest ceiling. We just haven't seen it yet, but let's go Judkins. Mr. Rivers needs 2, and this is non-PPR. Jacobs, Henry, Javonte Dobbins.
Tough to bench Dobbins this week, but I think you got to go Jacobs, Henry. I mean, Jacobs gets the Cowboys. I think you got to go Jacobs, Henry. But man, I don't like tough having Dobbins on your bench in a non-PPR league. Really, in any league.
Yeah. I just don't think you ever not play Jacobs or Henry, no matter what, in non-PPR. So, and he also wants to know, are we holding on to Fannin or is he trade bait? I don't even know if you can consider him trade bait.
Yeah, who's trading for him right now? You can just drop him.
Joe Estrada. Welcome back, Joe. Monty or Chuba?
Well, I I mean, I have Chuba ahead of Monty, and it sounds like he's going to play. So let's go Chuba. This is a brutal spot for Monty.
Yeah, for what it's worth, the injury is not concerning. They already said he's expected to play, and again, it made it sound like what I saw that it was more just rest. So he'll be fine. It's not a great spot for him. It's just brutal. It's brutal for Monty. It's a brutal matchup. You can't ignore it. So, all right, Mr. Rivers now needs defense. Pittsburgh, Washington, Chicago, Carolina. Carolina definitely feels like a trap. Yeah.
Well, Chicago plays the Raiders. That's okay. Pittsburgh plays the Vikings. Does Washington play again? I don't know this.
Atlanta, right?
Yeah, man.
I feel like that one is a trap too.
I mean, I don't like any of them this week.
Yeah, this is the downside to streaming defense. You don't have very good options here.
But there should have been, like, in my 14 teamer where people like hoard defense. There was lots of good options. I feel like this was a good week to pick up defenses off the waiver wire. What happened here, Mr. Rivers?
I think if it's like, I wanted a defense like Chicago. You're like, okay, the Raiders, they could turn the ball over, whatever. Chicago's just not a good real life defense. They're not good. I can't pick a defense I know is not good. None of these are great defenses. I think I'm going to go with Pittsburgh because at least they do. I know they've been bad, but I feel like they're just the best actual defense.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's a London, it's a crazy London game thing. You never know. I mean, I guess, sure. I don't really like any of them this week, to be honest, Mr. Rivers.
All right. Well, I would typically not want a team that's on the road. Also, that's part of the thing. Pittsburgh is kind of that neutral situation. You never know. Those European games get weird sometimes.
Yep. They get weird.
Okay. DV, Hampton, Warren, or Chase Brown?
You got to go Hampton. Hampton should have a big week.
Pretty easily, Hampton. Manuel Roman again. Who should I start? 2 receivers, 2 flex. BTJ, QJ, Jennings, Dobbs, Golden, Judy, Downs, or Harvey.
I'm gonna go Jennings, QJ, BTJ, and Golden.
Yeah, I mean the only dilemma, like those last 3, I can safely ignore. Honestly, the only question here is Dobbs or Golden. Which Green Bay receiver is going to go off? Take a chance on the guy who's been better at Golden. Master Assassin. All right. Make sure we get this one right. Shaheed, Shakir, Hollywood, Hunter, Sterling Shepard, or Tyquan Thornton?
Probably should just go Shakir here. I mean, Hollywood, Worthy back now. Travis Hunter now. Shepard, Godwin's playing. Tyquan with Worthy back. Yeah, just go Shakir.
Yeah, Shakir again is never super exciting, but he does get you a floor. He'll do something here. Alex B, Warren or Henderson? Kind of worried. Warren, he was questionable. Elevated sermon from practice squad. I mean, they already said he's playing. I wouldn't worry too much. But anyways.
Yeah. I think if Jaylen Warren plays, you play Jaylen Warren. I mean, he dominating this backfield now. So I think if Warren plays, you play him.
Right. Too soon for Henderson. Just can't expect that he's going to take over all of a sudden because he's probably not. All right, Jay, 12-team, half PPR, 2 receivers and a flex. Pickens, Sutton, Igbuka, Ladd, Kirk, Bill, Swift. What to do with Ladd is the question.
Well,
I think with this group, maybe start him.
Maybe you start him, maybe you bench him, but don't do anything crazy, if that's what you're asking. 2 wide receivers. Sutton will be number 1. Igbuka will be number 2. I mean, it's close between Ladd and Pickens for that flex. But I do have Pickens higher, so I guess Pickens to have PPR. It's close. Pickens ladder close. That's close. That one's tough.
Yeah, I see why you're frustrated here, Jay. Like Sutton definitely is one. Ibuka, I think we can say is two. Pickens, who knows what we're getting for Pickens and Ladd. So I think we typically, I do feel like this could be a good Ladd game. And again, he's like London. Like he hasn't been bad. He hasn't done nothing, right? He's the guy who's got 0 catches, and he's not been a second round pick, right? That's what both these guys, you expected them to be studs. I think with CD out, I can give the edge to Pickens this week, but it's just close. I do feel like Ladd could have a big week, but we'll see. How big is big, right?
Right.
Okay, how about check me out, Xbox, trade Monty in London for Ladd and Judkins. Speaking of those two players.
I do this because it's like London, Ladd, feels pretty fair. Both, like you said, underachieving second round picks. But I want Judkins over Monty. Like, look, Monty's good. There's nothing wrong with Monty, but he's still behind Gibbs here. I want Judkins. I'm taking the Ladd Judkins side.
This is a really interesting trade. I agree. You have to prefer the workhorse, getting all the touches, and Judkins to Monty. I think I still prefer London over Ladd a little bit, but this is close both ways. I think this honestly kind of comes down to your need, right? Because Judkins you can throw into your RB2 spot, and you're probably starting either of those receivers either way. I don't know. This is actually really, really close. I'm okay at taking the Judkins side, though, I guess. We need more upside at running back. D skills. Ladd or Garrett Wilson?
I think you got to go Garrett Wilson this week.
Yeah. And then it says RB's H-Chan, CMC, Kai Will. I don't know if you need to, pick 2?
Well, I hope you're starting CMC, and then H-Chan would be my second.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's the situation here. All right. Next up, let's see. Julio is in the house. Life after Burrow. Yeah, not fun. Chase, Pearsall, Pickens, T-Mac, Godwin. Monty, Pollard, Judkins, Hendy, Jacobs. Start 2, and a flex.
All right, I'm still starting Jamar Chase, and Pearsall is going to be my number 2. I'm going Judkins and Jacobs at running back. And I think I'm still going to flex Pickens here over Monty and Pollard. So Chase, Pearsall, Pickens, Judkins, Jacobs.
There you go. All right. And you're welcome as always, Alexander Molina. Lamar, Gibbs, Judkins, Pacheco, Ibuka, London, Olave, Ayo Manor. Should I accept a trade to give up Gibbs and Giddens for Scatterboo and BTJ?
Nah, I know Giddens doesn't even matter here, but I'm keeping Gibbs. I don't want to give up Gibbs. Look, Scatterboo again. We got to remember Tyrone Tracy is not out for the season. Tyrone Tracy will be back.
True.
And BTJ, there's still a bunch of risk for BTJ. Why give up Gibbs? Why give up a stud running back with no risk other than injury probably? But they all have injury risk. No, I'm not doing this. I'm keeping Gibbs.
Yeah, I understand the thinking here. You're like, I get a starting running back in Scatterboo, like an RB2, and then I get BTJ as a first-round pick, but it's just too risky. Yeah, you're giving up your best player and taking on risk. Don't think so. Chico, 410. Needs a receiver, running back, and a flex. Got Zay, Pearsall, Kamara, Judkins, Stevenson, and Hunter Henry.
Zay Flowers, Pearsall, that is close. Maybe we'll flex them. We got Kamara, Jud. Yeah, I'm gonna go Judkins at running back, and then I'm gonna play Zay and Pearsall, wide receiver and flex.
Yeah, those first two are pretty much must starts. They and Pearsall. Okay, next is Sean Pittman. Grade the trade. This is 12-team full PPR. Monty, Dak, and Flowers for Hurts and Trey Tucker.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I know you're getting Hurts, but I mean, you're giving up a really good wide receiver, a solid running back. You're getting Trey Tucker. Like Trey Tucker has to be good. Like Trey Tucker has to be good for you now. I mean, yeah, I don't like this deal to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, this would have had to be someone much better than Trey Tucker at receiver, and even then, I don't know if I would have loved it. I mean, you gave up a lot, assuming you getting the Hurt side here. You gave up a lot just to upgrade at quarterback. Yeah, I don't know. Don't love it. C minus, I think, maybe. I know it's nice to have that quarterback, but yeah, you're giving up an RB2, a wide receiver 2. So yeah, that's the problem. Nick A. All right. How about trading Chuba for Scadaboo straight up? I don't know. Are we worried? I mean, yes, Rico Dowdle did score a short touchdown. I don't think that means he's taking all the red zone. Like, he's not that kind of guy.
Yeah, this one's close, but I think Chuba is still the guy. Again, Tyrone Tracy will come back. I don't think when Tyrone Tracy comes back, it's just Scadaboo's backfield here. I think I still prefer Chuba long term.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry too much about Rico Dowdle. Yeah. Would you sell Ladd for QJ?
I'm not there yet.
No, this is not good. I mean, if you get something good in return, you could trade him. I'm not saying Ladd is untradeable. Like, you have to hold him, but this feels like the worst time to trade him. But I don't think you need to trade him at all anyways. Okay, let's couple of reminders here. Again, just put in the comments I see. Mr. Rivers, thank you for that reminder. Don't forget, you guys have been watching, just watching along. Appreciate you being here. But while you're watching, go ahead and hit the like button. That helps us out. And run CMC. Also, don't forget to subscribe. That's right. Yeah, maybe don't tell your league mates to watch the videos, but everybody else, even your friends and family who don't play fantasy football, absolutely. Get to 100K. Trying to get to 100K. So every like and subscription helps. Also, what also helps? Get the app, Draft Lane. It's been a little while. Let's do one more before we wrap up, because we still have a little bit of time left. But let's not forget, we do have questions on there. Let's show you what it looks like. If you haven't tried the app, remember, if you're not watching, don't get a chance to ask your question, whatever. You can try the app. It's risk-free. You go to the settings wheel here and you use code ENDGAME. You get 10 free credits, so you can use it at any time. See, it says with points. So these people use their points, got their free questions in. Let's see what this is. Ask a question. Now, again, I've said it syncs with Yahoo and Sleeper. We can see your roster. If you ask a lineup question, we can see your waivers. If you ask a waiver question, if you aren't on Yahoo, Sleeper, or Draft Lane, it's okay. If you're on ESPN or NFL or whatever else, just use the ask a question feature and you can do all this. So this is a PPR league asking what this team lacks. Caleb, Mason, Kamara, Puka, Nico, Hawk, London, and then there's the bench.
Not a lot. I mean, they got Mason, Kamara, Monty at running back. They got Puka, Nico, London, Golden on the bench.
Yeah, receivers.
I don't think it lacks a lot. Oh, I think my package is here. Hold on, I gotta go sign for it.
Yeah. Well, you don't. I mean, if you lack something here, this team lacks something. I would say it's like a true RB1, right? Mason has been good, but again, Aaron Jones will be back at some time. Kamara, he's in fantasy, he's not an RB1 anymore. Monty, of course, not even RB1 in his own team. He's good, but I mean, if that's the question, what does this team lack? I would say that. Got 2 stud receivers, but you don't have a lot of receiver depth. Golden is like a maybe. Coker is like a maybe. He's startable. I don't really need Fannin, so I would just say, and this is where we do what we do. We put that personalized feedback, just like we're telling you on the stream here. So I'll say if there's something this team lacks, it's a true RB1, which is obviously hard to come by, and wide receiver depth. You can drop Fannin for a decent wide receiver. I don't know. The problem is this bench. I don't even know. Actually, I just realized you got London, Puka, Nico, London. I mean, you don't really need too much depth, although I'd rather just drop Fannin for a receiver anyways. So I'll stick with that. Okay, so drop Fannin for a decent wide receiver, backup. I don't think this is a team where I would say, like, trade to get an RB1, because, I mean, maybe you could package Mason. Like, if you package Mason and Monty or Mason and something, but then you're really, really thin, and maybe Tootin. Okay, you know what? I'll say that. You could try to package, because this team doesn't have like a true RB1, right? It's like Mason, Kamara, Monty. Like, would you be okay packaging like Mason and, I mean, what could get you? Obviously, you're not going to get like CMC, right? Or like Henry maybe, but like Mason and something to get an upgraded RB. Is that possible?
Yeah, I mean, I think you could do like Mason.
Well, is Mason Tootin enough?
For what?
Probably not.
Nah. Not if you want to get like a stud.
Monty coming off a big game. Maybe it's better to trade Monty.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to try to trade like Mason Monty, I mean, you might be able to get like a Bucky Irving, who hasn't had a great start.
Yeah.
Jacobs, he hasn't had a great start.
Okay.
You might be able to get guys like that.
All right. There we go. And there we go. That's how it works. So again, you can ask your questions anytime on the Draft Lane app. We'll get to those questions as well as soon as we're done here. Just want to let you all know how that works. If you haven't tried it yet, it's free download and it's risk-free.
Yeah, and that was not the package. That was just my dogs barking at who knows what.
Dogs will do that. My dogs do that on a very regular basis. Because they hear a package, like 2 miles away.
Yes.
How about this? Again, more than one Jay Williams. I'm assuming it's Jameson. Jay wants to know. Luke McCaffrey or Jameson Williams. Can't be that low.
No, can't be that low. If it's Jameson or Javonte, I can't be that low. Either Jay Williams.
Yeah. McCaffrey's like a stash if you have room. Let's not do anything drastic here with Williams. All right, Dylan Bowen here in full PPR, needs to flex Warren, Scatterboot, Judkins, DK, QJ, Worthy, Godwin. He's already playing Hampton, Genty, Nico, and Igbuka, so could make changes if necessary.
I don't think so. I think those guys are fine. We're only flexing one of these. I'm going Judkins. I might be too high on Judkins this week.
I think it's either Judkins or Worthy. It's going to be one of those. I don't know. Do you have any concerns as far as Worthy being out there? Do you think they're going to limit him or anything like that? Or no? Full go?
No, I don't think so. Not worried about that.
Yeah, I think I'd probably go, if it's full PPR, I'll probably go Worthy here because they should have to pass plenty. And Ravens are definitely susceptible to the pass. Judkins is a pretty solid start too, though. So is QJ. You got a lot of good options here. And SB. Interesting. Trade Godwin and Fannin. Whatever. Godwin to get Genty.
Yeah, I'll take Genty here. I'll take a chance on Genty. Give me Genty.
Because Godwin, of course, we know what Godwin can do. But again, Evans will be back in a couple of weeks. Ibuka is there now. And Godwin, who knows about the health? Is he close? When is he going to be 100%? I'd do this. I'll take a chance to get Genty for sure. All right. So Mr. Rivers dropped a super chat just to say have a good weekend. Appreciate you. Thank you, Mr. Rivers, as always.
You too. Thank you.
We definitely appreciate you. Hopefully get that win. Cody. All right. Lineup help. Purdy, Jacobs, JT, Jamar, Jacobs. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Jacoby, Kraft, Henderson, Debo. Anybody on the bench swap in? I think we've been saying, I mean, look, Purdy Fields is floor ceiling, right? You want to shoot for the big game with Fields, or you just want to stick with Purdy?
Yep, exactly.
Nothing else.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think I'm not starting anybody else on your bench. No.
Too early for Godwin. AB, Worthy or Shakir?
I'll go Worthy here. I mean, Shakir is fine, but give me some upside with Worthy.
Yeah, Shakir is going to be fine this week, but again, upside. We want some more upside here. All right, we have Jordan Dumas. Thank you, Jordan. Would you trade? Oh, this one. This one actually I have to think about. Would you trade AJB for Odunze?
I'm going to take Odunze.
Worried about AJB inconsistency or just Odunze like he's arrived? Or both?
Both.
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 I mean, look, I talked. We talk about the same players over and over again in the preseason because there's only so much you can say in the preseason before games have started, right? I think the player I probably talked about the most in our breakout and must-have and all that, it was probably Rome Odunze. Do you agree? I mean,
probably.
Odunze, Pearsall. I mean, I'm okay doing this. Lurch, which, by the way, I actually saw your comment earlier. He has a few comments earlier, but said he was waiting to hop on a jet ski. That must be nice. Am I crazy for playing Hampton, Scadaboo, Odunze, Jacoby, and sitting both Jamar Chase and Drake London?
Yeah, I mean, look, if Scadaboo is your running back, I mean, I guess you have to play him, right? Like if Hampton and Scadaboo are your RB1, RB2, you don't really have a choice here. I think I still have
played Benson.
Oh,
I know.
Well, I mean, Benson, Scadaboo is like a huge difference, really. Like Benson, Scadaboo, but that means Scadaboo's not your RB2, right?
Hoping you play Benson at RB and not at flex. So yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully you can put Chase in over Scadaboo. Let's put Chase in over Scadaboo.
Yeah. Yeah, not crazy. Look, of course, we're all worried about the Bengals offense. Chase hasn't been great because of that. Don't want to overreact to last week. It was just one of those games, right? No, of course, it's not going to be the same Bengals offense without Joe Burrow. But it's also not going to be last week. It's going to be somewhere in the middle. So I'm not putting Scadaboo over Chase. And I do like Drake London, but at the same time, we have Odunze as a must start. I mean, look, assuming you got Hampton at RB, you got Benson already, you got Odunze, Chase, then it's like, I don't know, Myers and London. I guess, Sid London? I guess so. All right, 95. Thank you. Always appreciate you. Half PPR, needs a flex, Judkins, Ridley, Godwin.
I'm going Judkins.
Yeah, this one you can get Judkins in full flex, BTJ or Ibuka.
I'm going Ibuka.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to sit BTJ. You can do it with Ibuka. Mike Altawheel. Kyron and Walker for Jacobs.
Yeah, I think I just take Jacobs here. I mean, it's fair, right? It's fair. It's enough. Fair. It's enough, but just give me the one stud running back, not the two like good running backs. I know Jacobs hasn't been a stud yet, but he's had 2 tough matchups in a row. He'll get better.
Well, yeah, to play the number 1 run defense in the league that also shut down King Henry. This is the Cleveland Browns. So, yeah, I'm not worried about Jacobs. I think we can say now, when we talked about this at the very beginning, you got to be worried about Walker's upside.
I think this might actually be the Packers.
They refuse to make Walker the guy. It's Charbonnet still getting the ball, not just in general, but at the red zone, in the end zone. All right, their goal line touches are going to Charbonnet. That's a concern for Walker and for Walker owners. If that continues, and why would it not? They've already said that this is what they're going to do. It's going to be a 2-man system here.
All right, also not the Kyron with my wife.
And with Kyron, slight concerns with the same thing. Corum getting some goal line touches. So just take Jacobs. Yeah. All right. Rye guy, McFly. Thank you, Rye. Need to flex. Chase Brown, Worthy, Tyler Warren, or Michael Pittman. Has the potential stack there with Danny Dimes.
I think I go Pittman. I have Pittman just over Worthy. Got Pittman solid. Worthy kind of like risky solid. I'm going to go Pittman. It's close between him and Worthy.
Yeah, it's Pittman or Worthy. Not because of the stack, but yeah, I think Pittman.
Yeah, not because of the stack.
So back to 95. Also another league, Pollard or Judkins.
Judkins.
Bullman. What's up? Should I just start Trey Tucker over DJ Moore?
I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't do that. And Trey Tucker's flex worthy, but Moore isn't a good.
Yeah, let's not forget. If you had Trey Tucker in your lineup weeks 1 and 2, what did you get?
Good point. DJ Moore will still be okay. All right, Zachary Mudd. I try to trade May if your backup quarterback. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Yes, definitely do that. What could you get for a Drake May realistically?
I mean, realistically, we can't expect to get a lot here, right? I mean, maybe you could get Bill. Maybe you could get Tootin.
It is a work league. You never know.
Maybe you could get Pollard. Do you even want Swift? Probably not.
People are panicked. People are ready to drop Chuba. You try to get Chuba.
I mean, yeah, maybe. Why not? Shoot a little higher. Go for Chuba.
Bet you could do that. I wonder. I mean, look at this is your RB3. This is like depth. I mean, for your backup quarterback, take Chase Brown, right? Would you take Chase Brown?
Yeah. I don't know if anybody's going to give you Chase Brown for Drake May just yet, but you could try.
Could try it. Or you could see if someone is, just ready to give up on one of those rookie running backs and try to take them. But yeah, definitely try. Lex Dad wants to offer London and Monty to get Rome and Tootin, or just Rome. Would you do that? I don't know. I feel like it's selling low on London.
Yeah. I feel like this might be an overpay. I mean, it'd be nice to get Rome for sure. I mean, I think if I can get Rome and Tootin, I'd probably take it. Because I'm not convinced Drake London's going to be better than Rome Odunze this year.
No, I'm not convinced he'll be better than Rome Odunze. I will say, look, you got Keenan Allen, Ricky Pearsall, T. Higgins, and George Pickens. Higgins' value is nothing, right?
Yeah.
Try Keenan Allen. Keenan and Monty for Rome, that should be able to get it done. Maybe. Try it. Let's get to Max 3495. Let's see. Wide receivers are Nico Sutton, Tyreek. In my second flex, should I start BTJ or Zay, and also Fields or May?
I'm going to go Fields over May. I'm going to go Zay in your second flex, but I would probably put BTJ in over Tyreek, personally.
All right, then we got Johnny Donuts. What is up? Kraft or Warren?
I think you got to go Kraft. I mean, it's hard. They're both good, but Kraft against the Cowboys, got to go Kraft.
Yeah, too much upside. Juwan or Strange?
Juwan.
Definitely Juwan. All right. Nicholas Falcone. Should I pick up Judkins for Terry McLaurin or Alvin Kamara, or is that too much?
Wait, when you say pick up, you mean like off waivers?
Pick up implies waivers, but he's saying for. I'm wondering if this is a trade question.
Well, if I can trade Kamara straight up for Judkins, I'm taking Judkins.
Yeah.
Terry, I think, comes down to what you need. Like if you need running back help, then get it. I mean, Terry, again, dealing with this quad, we don't know how long he's going to be out for still. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely take Judkins over Kamara. I might be irrationally high on Judkins right now, but man, he looks so good. Terry's close.
Well, I would do that too. I mean, you got to think long term here. This was the concern with Kamara before the season, right? He wear down by the end of the season, flop like the last 2 years where he doesn't do it in the playoffs for you. Judkins should get better as the year goes on, right? He's a rookie.
Right.
This guy didn't even practice like at all. He was on the team and he's just out there averaging 5.5 yards per carry. It's crazy. So yeah, I would definitely take Judkins over Kamara straight up. Right. Easy Vanya. Pittman or London?
I do like Pittman this week, but I think you got to go London still. I might regret this.
I know. I'm betting on the bounce back. I'm gonna go London. Hawk or Kincaid?
Oh, this is another close one.
Yeah.
Might be too low on Hawk. I'm gonna go Kincaid. I mean, that Vikings-Steelers game. I'm guessing I'm gonna like wake up tomorrow morning and get on the stream. It's already gonna be, and it's gonna be like 0-0.
It could be.
I'm gonna go Kincaid.
Yeah, I'm fine with Kincaid. Billy asking, since you're talking about it, will the Vikings throw more because Addison is back?
I don't think it has anything to do with Addison being back or not. I think it just has more to do with how close is the game. I mean, when your defense, is scoring touchdowns and the other team's offense can't put any points on the board, you don't really need to throw the football.
Right.
But then the question is, can the Steelers offense put points on the board against this defense? I have my doubts.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Bengals were so bad on offense, and you could say, well, the Vikings were so good on defense. Yeah, of course Mason was running the ball. Of course they weren't passing it. So it's just game script. And this does not profile to be a high-scoring game. So probably not. Axiom. Golden or Travion in the flex?
I think you got to go Golden. Take a chance on him against Cowboys.
Yeah. Too soon. A little too soon for Travion. Probably not going to get super involved. John De Alejandro. Ridley or QJ?
I think you got to go QJ.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you just have to look at results, right? Can't look at preseason and all that.
I will say, this might be the week for Ridley. It looks like Derek Stingley Jr. is going to miss. But I'm still going QJ.
Yeah, and I did see. It's just funny. The guy's been in the league how many years now? They're doing extra drills, like catch drills, and do you see that?
You see those glasses his trainer has him wearing, where it's like you have to like look through this little hole to really focus. Like, come on, man, you're an NFL wide receiver. You shouldn't need that.
But dude, that's again, this is just not a good sign. You have to do that, and it's week 4. Oh man, catching the ball kind of should be second nature for an NFL receiver who's several years into his career, which is ironic. We're talking about Calvin Ridley, not Quentin Johnson. We're talking about Calvin Ridley not catching the ball.
Yeah.
Shaheed or Monty?
I mean, I don't love Monty this week, this matchup, but I can't put Shaheed in over Monty. I'm going Monty.
Yeah, Shaheed is really like close your eyes, throw the dart, hope it lands. Could do something, but yeah, at least you know Monty will get you something. He could still score a touchdown, even in this horrible matchup. It is horrible, but still. All right, Michael Harvey needs one. DJ Moore, Swift, or Judkins?
Judkins.
Yeah. The Bears do have a great matchup, and we like the Bears' offense. Swift has been so bad. I mean, if you didn't see the Beat the Breakout, right, the stash video, or what we call it, is, I was talking about Kyle Monangai, and really it's not because he's been so good, like he deserves it. Swift has been so bad, he might kind of like fall into the job by default. There are a lot of bad things about Swift so far. Moore is okay, but Judkins has been great. Jay's life. Would you trade London for BTJ?
Which bus do you want? I mean, I had London ahead of BTJ before the season. They've both been bad. I guess I got to keep London ahead of BTJ still. I mean, it's just which bus do you hope turns it around?
I'm sticking with London. I have more confidence in that Atlanta system than the Jacksonville one. Say what you want about Penix. He was horrible last week. Trevor Lawrence has not been much better. Okay, he has not. So I'm going London here. So no, I wouldn't do this to get BTJ. Again, if you're going to buy low on BTJ, try to buy low, like lower. Ashley in half needs 2 to flex. T, DJ, Trey, Alec, Shakir.
I know DJ Moore has been not great, but I don't think I can put him below these guys. I'm going to go DJ Moore and Shakir.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. Shakir will get you something. Can't guarantee you'll get something from those other players. DJ Moore's okay. All right, and then let's go to, let's see, Python. Swift, speaking of. Coleman, Chase Brown, Ridley, Bill, and Trey Tucker. You only get to pick one of these guys.
Oh, man.
It's full PPR.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. All right, hold on. Who do I have higher here? Well, I had Bill as a strong flex, but I want this injury. I might just drop him down to regular flex. I got Chase Brown in the flex. I got Coleman in the flex. What are other choices? Swift. I've got flex, Ridley. Trey Tucker. Got Trey Tucker risky flex. I don't know. I probably still should go Chase Brown. I mean, he's still like the guy probably should get the most touches here. I think out of this group, I still got to go Chase Brown. Not fun. This is not fun.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That if between this group, I'm still sticking with either Chase Brown or Ridley, and Ridley's very iffy. Chase Brown should at least catch some passes, should get involved. So let's go Chase Brown. You don't love it, but gotta do it. How about fake jobs? Flex 2. Gordon, Corum, Tootin, J-Mo, Shakir, Wandale.
Why are we this is how we're going to end the show with these type of questions where it's like you don't want to say yes to anybody, but you have to. I think you have to say yes to Jameson here, and then I think Shakir has to be number 2.
Yeah, again, he's never going to be super exciting, but Shakir does get involved. It's the Saints. Corum, you can't start Corum. You're just hoping for a touchdown. Gordon is the same thing. Like, no. I wonder, Wandale, how involved he gets here with Jackson Dart. He'll probably get plenty of little dump offs and short passes, but we want some sort of a ceiling, don't we? Some sort of. Okay. All right. So we have to end on something better, as you're saying. Not because I see it right here. Keon Coleman or Trey Tucker?
Oh, man. Trey Tucker. Why?
I'm going Tucker. How about this? I think this one. Access MIA. Would you trade Sharbs for QJ?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. Charbonnet is a guy you never really want to start. He's just kind of there. Just enough to be annoying to Kenneth Walker owners. But QJ now looks definitely startable. All right. And I love the way this is phrased. This is appropriate. Tony Louie. Pick a scrub. These, well, they aren't complete scrubs. Hubbard, Chase Brown, or Harvey?
Yeah, I don't know if these are scrubs. I'm going to go Chuba here, assuming he plays. If Chuba is ruled out tomorrow or tonight or something, then I'll go Chase Brown.
Yeah, Chuba is still going to play. He's still involved. And he hasn't been great. A bit scrub.
Yeah, not a scrub.
All right, I actually want to put up, I think it was the same from earlier. Let me see. Tony. Thank you, Tony. See, put this up. Some of the best fantasy football content out there. That's not good enough. We want to be the best.
Right.
The best. So we're going to keep working at it. All right. I think we're all caught up. In fact, I know we're all caught up. So thank you all for being on here. Don't forget, just in case you did, Draft Lane, free download of the App Store, Play Store. Check it out. Use code ENDGAME. And also, don't forget about Underdog. If you haven't tried Underdog yet, in fact, let's put that up because you might not know. They've extended. It used to be where you play $5 after you're signing up and you get 50. Now it's 100. You sign up for Underdog, you use code ENDGAME, you try it out, and when you play $5, you get 100 added to your bonus your account. Bonus funds added to your account. And you also get the gimme pick, which right now is Caleb Williams. Just getting a yard, right? That's a freebie. You get that if you use code ENDGAME when you sign up. So check all that out if you haven't yet. And of course, we do have another super chat here. And I know we did this one. Let me go back here. Bops, por favor. I know we did it because I definitely remember that name. So let's just go back and we'll do that one.
Right. It was right here. We did do it, but let's do it again for him.
Let's do it again in case he probably didn't hear it. I remember this was tight end premium and super flex.
Yeah, and he's 2 flexes. I went with Judkins and Ferguson, although because it is tight end premium, but it is hard to have Golden on the bench. And then the second team, I just assumed 2 running backs, 2 wide receiver flex, went Judkins, Hampton. Oh no, went Jacobs, Hampton, and then those first 3 wide receivers.
There you go. Hopefully you got that. He's saying sorry at work. No problem. Understand it.
No problem.
Glad that you're using your time wisely. We do have also another one from Fake Jabs. Trying to trade CD. What would you ask for or hold?
If I'm trading away CD right now, I need a stud. Don't be coming at you better be coming I better be getting James Cook, Derrick Henry, JSN, Sun God. It better be a really good player. But I don't know if you're going to get those guys. Nobody's going to give you those guys right now because they're CD's hurt. Why would I trade away? Why would I trade away a healthy Sun God for a hurt CD? Why would I trade away a healthy James Cook for a healthy CD? So you're 2-1. If you're 0-3, if I was 0-3 and I had CD and maybe I also had Terry McLaurin or I also had Mike Evans, and now I'm staring at my wide receivers are Calvin Ridley, Jamison Williams. You know what I mean? Not really great guys. Okay, now I might take a little less for CD. Try to get like a 2-for-1 where I get a good wide receiver back, maybe a decent, whatever. But you're 2-1. You don't do this. Don't do it. Hold CD.
Yeah, like generally speaking, I would hold if I absolutely could. Again, you would have to be desperate, and you don't ever want to trade out of desperation because that usually doesn't end up good for you. But just hold. Just generally speaking, just hold. Now I could see a scenario. A lot of the trades we've been seeing lately for CD have been like 2-for-2, 2-for-1, that kind of things. Okay, that's different if that improves, at running back. But generally speaking, it's the worst possible time to trade away CD. Mike Altawheel got that membership. Mike, BTJ, Keenan, T-Mac, Jennings needs 2.
I'm going Jennings and BTJ. Actually, no. I'm still just gonna go Jennings and Keenan. I like Jennings more than BTJ this week. Maybe BTJ breaks out this week. I like Jennings. I'm gonna go Jennings and Keenan.
Yeah, with BTJ, what makes it tough is not just his struggles, right? Dropping and ducking. Trevor Lawrence, but it's not a good matchup on the road against San Francisco. Not ideal. Hunter Ratcher. That looks like that is a dog, right?
Yeah, it looks like a dog.
It's like, okay. Could be a lot of things. Purdy or Daniel Jones?
I'm going to go Purdy. He's playing. Jennings playing. Pearsall's playing. CMC's playing. Give me Purdy.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Now that does it. I know there's plenty of other questions. So again, if you didn't get them all answered, we're pretty much at the 3-hour mark here. So we're going to sign out. We will be here tomorrow morning for 3 hours before kickoff of the actual early slate of games. You don't need to watch that first game. Don't worry about it. It's not even going to be worth watching. It's going to be boring. No. All right. It is your dog. It's Benny. All right. Benny looks like a very good boy. I bet you Benny's a good boy. All right. That's a perfect way to sign off here. Gotta feed my dogs anyways. So check us out 3 hours before kickoff tomorrow. And if you still have questions or maybe you didn't get your question answered, use Draft Lane. It's a free download. You get 10 free credits if you use code ENDGAME. Simple, easy to use. Try it out. All right, guys, don't forget to check out all the videos. Vegas Secrets just came out. We got obviously start sit for every position. Plenty for you to do on this Saturday before tomorrow starts. So thank you all for being here, and we will see you tomorrow morning.